take on the Chelsea Hornets in the season finale of Class 6A Region 3. Hello, everybody. James Red along with Rick Cleveland. This is two teams, one headed for the playoffs, the other still working to try to build something for next season.
Well, absolutely. Tom Cassidy at Chelsea has done a tremendous job. You know, we thought when he could drop down from 7A to 6A, things would get better, and they have gotten better. While on the other hand, Shane McCombs at Oak Mountain is really trying to build a culture, trying to change the culture to get it to kind of where it's a competitive football situation, and it's going to take him a while. We always believe it takes 5 years to change that culture, and Shane McCombs is right in the middle of that right now.
As we take a look at our ABC 3340 keys to the game, both teams still trying to work on their offense.
Absolutely, and Tom Cassidy told us, he said, you know, we got to have success on first down. We can't get behind the chains, have second and long distance. We need to have success on first down. We need to win the line of scrimmage. And you know, something that I've never thought about, never had a coach tell me this. We want to end every drive with a kick. You know, that's pretty perceptive when you think about it. So I kind of like that. I'm going to keep that in my backpack. On the other hand, Shane McComb says we need our offense to continue to be productive, but we got to score in the red zone. We got to quit not scoring in the red zone, make the red zone fruitful. No turnovers. Got to stop their run game, and that's something that nobody's had a lot of success doing. And then we got to get off the field on third and long, which they did not do last week.
It should be a barn burner of a game in which both of these teams trying to, as they say, find their way in Class 6A. Chelsea has found their way into the playoffs after 2 seasons in Class 7A, but for Oak Mountain, they're trying to work on next season. Stay tuned. We come back. We're going to get you ready for kickoff, as it'll be the Hornets and the Eagles live from Herdmouth Stadium right here in Shelby County. Stay tuned. Herdmouth Stadium as the Eagles of Oak Mountain take on the Chelsea Hornets. for Oak Mountain they're trying to work on next season. Stay tuned. We come back. We're going to get you ready for kickoff, as it'll be the Hornets and the Eagles live from Hurtmouth Stadium right here in Shelby County. Stay tuned. Playoffs after 2 seasons in Class 7A, but for Oak Mountain, they're trying to work on next season. Stay tuned. We come back. We're going to get you ready for kickoff. Live from the shadows of Oak Mountain, Drummond Company Friday Night Rivals, presented by Mesrano Law Firm, live from Herd Mount Stadium as the Eagles of Oak Mountain take on the Chelsea Hornets in the season finale of Class 6A Region 3. Hello, everybody. James Red along with Rick Cleveland. This is two teams, one headed for the playoffs, the other still working to try to build something for next season.
Well, absolutely. Tom Cassidy at Chelsea has done a tremendous job. You know, we thought when he could drop down from 7A to 6A, things would get better, and they have gotten better. While on the other hand, Shane McCombs at Oak Mountain is really trying to build a culture, trying to change the culture to get it to kind of where it's a competitive football situation, and it's going to take him a while. We always believe it takes 5 years to change that culture, and Shane McCombs is right in the middle of that right now.
As we take a look at our ABC 3340 keys to the game, both teams still trying to work on their offense.
Absolutely, and Tom Cassidy told us, he said, you know, we got to have success on first down. We can't get behind the chains, have second and long distance. We need to have success on first down. We need to win the line of scrimmage. And you know, something that I've never thought about, never had a coach tell me this: we want to end every drive with a kick. You know, that's pretty perceptive when you think about it. So I kind of like that. I'm going to keep that in my backpack. On the other hand, Shane McComb says we need our offense to continue to be productive, but we got to score in the red zone. We got to quit not scoring in the red zone, make the red zone fruitful. No turnovers. Got to stop their run game, and that's something that nobody's had a lot of success doing. And then we got to get off the field on third and long, which they did not do last week.
It should be a barn burner of a game in which both of these teams trying to, as they say, find their way in Class 6A. Chelsea has found their way into the playoffs after 2 seasons in Class 7A. But for Oak Mountain, they're trying to work on next season. Stay tuned. We come back. We're going to get you ready for kickoff, as it'll be the Hornets and the Eagles live from Herdmount Stadium right here in Shelby County. Stay tuned. Live from the shadows of Oak Mountain, Drummond Company Friday Night Rivals presented by Mesrano Law Firm, live from Herd Mount Stadium as the Eagles of Oak Mountain take on the Chelsea Hornets in the season finale of Class 6A Region 3. Hello, everybody. James Red along with Rick Cleveland. This is two teams, one headed for the playoffs, the other still working to try to build something for next season.
Well, absolutely. Tom Cassidy at Chelsea has done a tremendous job. You know, we thought when he could drop down from 7A to 6A, things would get better, and they have gotten better. While on the other hand, Shane McCombs at Oak Mountain is really trying to build a culture, trying to change the culture to get it to kind of where it's a competitive football situation, and it's going to take him a while. We always believe it takes 5 years to change that culture, and Shane McCombs is right in the middle of that right now.
As we take a look at our ABC 3340 keys to the game, both teams still trying to work on their offense.
Absolutely, and Tom Cassidy told us, he said, you know, we got to have success on first down. We can't get behind the chains, have second and long distance. We need to have success on first down. We need to win the line of scrimmage. And you know, something that I've never thought about, never had a coach tell me this: we want to end every drive with a kick. You know, that's pretty perceptive when you think about it. So I kind of like that. I'm going to keep that in my backpack. On the other hand, Shane McComb says we need our offense to continue to be productive, but we got to score in the red zone. We got to quit not scoring in the red zone, make the red zone fruitful. No turnovers. Got to stop their run game, and that's something that nobody's had a lot of success doing. And then we got to get off the field on third and long, which they did not do last week.
It should be a barn burner of a game in which both of these teams trying to, as they say, find their way in Class 6A. Chelsea has found their way into the playoffs after 2 seasons in Class 7A, but for Oak Mountain, they're trying to work on next season. Stay tuned. We come back. We're going to get you ready for kickoff, as it'll be the Hornets and the Eagles live from Herd Mount Stadium right here in Shelby County. Stay tuned. Along with Rick Cleveland, let's go down to the third member of our broadcast, Austin Pratt. Austin.
Guys, I got to be honest, I think we're in for a good one here tonight. The stands are packed and the energy is wild. Lots of boos and cheering before the game, before this rivalry game towards the end of the season, which always means more. As for the weather out here on the field, it's perfect football weather. Let's see these guys play to the best of their ability tonight. That's all we got. Back to y'all.
down to a science, huh?
It's just. No, these are great because some games, you know, the band and the crowd, they'll get so crazy.
You can see the Oak Mountain area right off a little bit to the south of the stadium as fans are still coming in, and you can see the band right there getting ready to go. And they have a huge band, Coach.
Yeah, they do, and they have an outstanding band. I guess I've seen, 10,000 high school games in 46 years of coaching, and I'm going to tell you, you take Homewood's band and you take Oak Mountain's band, and you've got a band, two bands that could compete with any bands in America. Just two outstanding bands, and this one here at Oak Mountain is something special.
No doubt about it. Gavin Stone will handle the kickoff for Oak Mountain. In our Shops of Grand River coin toss, it was Oak Mountain who won the toss, and they have elected to defer. Remember, Shops of Grand River save even more at Birmingham's only outlet center.
You know, I want to tell you something. I just noticed one of the players telling another player, when they line up, number 2 doesn't want to get right in front of that kicker because he'll line drive it right at him.
Correct.
And that up back came up and said, move over a little bit now. Move over.
And now we're ready for kickoff. At our People's Bank of Alabama kickoff, and Chelsea will take it at their own 15-yard line, has some room to run, finally brought down at about the 29, and that's where this Chelsea offense will take over. Their signal caller, Miller Ballman, has done a good job for Todd Cassidy here in their first season back in Class 6A. This team is 6-3 overall, 3-3 in region play.
And Tom Cassidy's done a great job getting them back into 6A.
Go with a direct snap on the first play, and they're able to get 2, possibly 3 yards.
Here they go, and they're going with the mesh huddle. They're going quick, too. I like this.
Trying to build speed. Another direct snap.
That's Chase Straightner that's running the football right now.
Yes, and that's Chase Straightner.
There you go.
5'9", 205 junior.
He's kind of been the workhorse for him running the football this year.
No nonsense kind of guy. Give him the ball, he's going to go straight
That's
ahead
right.
and try to go as fast as possible. 3rd down and short now
Miller Ballman.
for the Hornets.
Yeah, Miller Ballman's in at quarterback now. And he's generally the one who takes most of the snaps.
Give again to Chase, and Chase is in the place and enough for a first down, and they'll move the chains out to the 41-yard line. Shops of Grand River, first down.
Well, it's obvious right now. All they want to do is run right at him and put on a guard around. Right guard just curls around, does a good job blocking that 3 technique. That's a massive hole there. Straightner did a great job hitting it.
Chelsea's offensive line not necessarily big in size, but they've been able to give their rushing attacks a little bit of an advantage playing together. Chase Strassner again on the carry. They just want to keep it on the ground.
Well, that's exactly right. And Stuart Morrison's offensive coordinator for Chelsea, and really he's trying to prove a point. He's trying to prove to his guys, we want to line up and run right straight at people. They're getting ready to play Saraland in a playoff game. They're not going to show a whole lot tonight.
Strassner again, and this time the defense steps up and makes a play. Colton Moore, the leading tackler on the team for Oak Mountain, in on the tackle.
Well, and you can rest assured that what they're going to do tonight, Tom Cassidy's going to do, he's going to be as vanilla can be.
Sideline warning
because
on the defense.
He doesn't want to show Saraland anything, because I can promise you Jeff Kelly and some of his coaches are in the stands, And some coaches are totally different from that. Now, I work with a guy named Terry Curtis that shows everything.
Okay.
To make them work
Yeah.
on everything.
3rd down and 10 now. Ball at the 42-yard line. Ballman getting some pressure. Now he eludes one defender. Flag thrown, and it could possibly be a hold that may push them back 10 yards.
That's great pressure. Ethan Walton coming in from his defensive end position. And most of the time you're going to see Oak Mountain in a 3-man front. See a player have to come off the field there. That's Brooks Braswell has to come off because he lost his helmet.
4th down.
So it's going to be a punting situation now for Chelsea. You know, you can talk about that being a good series, but really it was not a whole lot to it. Just not a whole lot to it. So that's good for Oak Mountain that they're able to hold them, and we'll see what Oak Mountain's going to do on their first possession.
Zach Fitzgerald back deep for Oak Mountain. Luke Miller to kick for Chelsea.
Luke's got a strong leg. I'm going to tell you, I saw him kicking 45-yard field goals before the game. That's a great punt, turns it over.
Fair catch called by Fitzgerald, and he'll take it right at the 15-yard line. We'll take a break with him. When we come back, we'll see if Oak Mountain can get their offense started early. You're watching Chelsea, Oak Mountain, Class 6A football live from Herd Mount Stadium right here on Friday Night Rivals. Stay tuned. Know what's below. Contact Alabama 811. Call before you dig. You know it's more than just power lines, gas lines, water lines. They got a little bit of everything underneath there. Contact Alabama 811. Know what's below. From the 16-yard line, Will Odell, first pass is successful over to Fitzgerald, and he's able to get some positive yards. Closer to a first down.
Little bubble route right there. Throw out to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald makes a really good catch, cuts it back inside. Not a whole lot to that. Now, both of these teams are going to be running an odd front, a 3-man front. Most coaches want to run at that odd man front, that 3-man front.
2nd down and 4 now for the Eagles.
Ooh.
Nice wide open reception by Jacob Moore, and Jacob Moore gets a first down and more. He's brought down by John Leaf. And let's take a look at our starting lineups, brought to you by People's Bank of Alabama. Remember, People's Bank of Alabama, we care about people. And you take a look at this, both teams, they've got a lot of young upcoming talent.
Yeah, they do. A lot of youngsters on that. I want to talk about that last play just a minute here. Odell's rolling.
Going to throw it along. Nice long ball, but goes out of bounds. closest receiver was Moore.
That shows he's got a pretty strong arm right there. You know, on the previous play where they got the first down, they ran the wheel route. And they put Jacob Moore in there, split him out. He's generally a tight end, ran the wheel route with him, and he was uncovered. Great throw by Odell, great catch by Moore. Hope to see a little bit more of that.
Second down now in 10. Ball at the 44-yard line. Check it to 43. They're going to try to keep it on the ground and run it a little bit. And Marty Myrick's on the carry. And he's their leading rusher with almost 500 yards rushing coming into this game.
Now, Mike did a good job that time getting his shoulders. There he goes. He gets him square. And then when he turns to the side, he gets popped. So you got to keep those shoulders square, you young running backs. That's a key to gaining more yardage on each carry.
Third down and 6 for the Eagles. Odell staying in the shotgun. Quick pass, reception made, first down and a little bit more into Hornet territory.
That's Pat Knight on the catch. And, you know, they had quads over to the wide side of the field. And then Pat Knight over here on the left side by himself in single coverage. They just throw a go to him and picks up the first down.
First and 10 now inside the 40. Keeping it is Knight.
They got a good drive going here now, James. That's a jet sweep. You see more that time going in motion. And I'm sorry, Pat Knight going in motion.
And that was Borland on the carry.
Yep.
Ooh. Legal formation on the offense. 5-yard penalty.
And this is a nominee for our Alabama drive.
They got a good drive going now. You just want to keep this going. Mixing it up well. Throwing in a pass. Getting in quads on one side. That's 4 receivers on one side and a single receiver on the other with an empty backfield.
Odell eludes one defender. Now he gets held up by Porter Scott.
Tell you, he gave him his forward motion that time. He made a great fake there to his running back, Marty Myrick. Everybody goes to Myrick. Watch this here. Goes to Myrick. He pulls it, gets around right in. I love the way he's got that ball tucked. Tell you, we saw last week a quarterback that didn't tuck that ball in.
Oh, yeah, he was holding it like a loaf of bread. Odell now throwing for the end zone, trying to find a receiver, but a little bit too far for Zach Fitzgerald.
Well, the mistake there, you're on a go. You got to throw it out in front of him. Put a lot of air under the ball. Put air under the ball and let him run to it. That's what you want to do. Let Zach Fitzgerald run to it. He threw it on the inside of him. He's got a touchdown. He threw it on the outside of him, and it was really out of bounds. Nobody had a chance to catch the ball. Quarterbacks always give your receiver, when he's got to step on that defender, give him a chance to catch the ball. Put air under it and throw it out in front of him. Give him a chance to catch that football.
Third down and 12. They've been able to convert on 1 third down in this drive. Finding Fitzgerald. Here comes Fitzgerald using his speed. 10-5. Touchdown. And the Eagles on the board. A Mr. Sparky touchdown for Oak Mountain.
Boy, I love that play by offensive coordinator Jared Holder. He gets in trips over there to the right side, and he runs a skinny slant inside with Fitzgerald. And, boy, he's nothing. I don't know if anybody touched him. That's really a good route and a good play call. Somebody upstairs giving him some good information. We got a penalty on the play, though.
There is a flag on the play, and the officials are conversating right inside the 20.
Maybe after the touchdown.
During the run, we have a hold on the offense. 10-yard penalty in the spot of the foul.
10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul, which negates the touchdown, but it should be enough for the first down.
Well, no. They're going to take him back. So it'll be first and what, about 5, 6?
Oh, they'll replay the down.
Yeah.
So now to be 3rd and call it 7.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
But wait a minute, the spot was at a first down.
Yeah. So the linesman comes in to talk to the referee. So there's some miscommunication here. Let's see. I'm sure they'll make an adjustment to this.
So it should be first down because they said 10 yards from the spot.
From the spot.
So the spot where the hole was
right.
beyond the first down marker.
That's right.
So that should be first down.
That's right. We'll see if they apply the rule as it should be. I don't think.
Or what are they going to say? Nope. They're saying that it's 3rd. Okay. Cool.
There's something we don't know, James.
Yeah,
there's
absolutely.
something we don't know.
Absolutely. So now 3rd and 7 from inside the 40 at the 34-yard line.
Well, I like that play Jared Holder drew up right there. Good job by the OC there.
Moore goes in motion to the far side. Give it over to Myricks. Myricks able to get to the 30, but stonewalled by a sea of white shirts. Gab Pendley, amongst others, there to make the play.
I like the play. That's a little counter play. You're going to see the backside tackle pull all the way around, and there comes Myricks over in that really 5 gap over there. He's straight up, though, James. You see great running backs. They're getting low.
They do get low.
He's got to get lower there.
4th down and 3. Oakmount's going for it, and looks like they drew the Hornets off sides. The Hornets are saying no, something else happened.
Yeah, they did. They drew them off, James. You're right.
Penalty, that will result in a first down.
And that'll be a first down for the Eagles.
I don't know if we've ever been in a press box where there is more noise around us. It's like we're at Grand Central Station and all the trains are coming in while we're trying to have a conversation. I love that, though. That's high school football.
1st and 10 now. Myricks on the carry. Good cutback. He's able to get 2, possibly 3 yards on the play before he's brought down.
That really is a good cutback. Sam Parrish over there to make the tackle.
Sometimes when a running back makes that cutback, some people think they're stutter stepping, but they're trying to find a hole.
That's right. And they think they see a hole, and there's a linebacker that fills that gap right now, and that's a good point. Look what we got here. 3 linemen.
Linemen split out on the near side. An interesting formation now for Will Odell's Eagles.
Now the only person that's eligible is number 11 on the left.
Fitzgerald on a screen, and he's able to get inside the 20. And Gabe Pendley right there to bring him down, along with Schott.
You know, I'm sure most of our listeners don't know this, but Shane McCombs came in from California, as we see a little bubble here, and I'm thinking maybe his offensive coordinator might have come with him.
Maybe.
Because we're seeing some things that we don't see a lot of, and I like it. I like a little bit of change in culture.
3rd down and 3 inside the 20. Myers goes in motion. Keeping it is Odell. Odell has enough for the first down and a little bit more. He's brought down at the 11-yard line. Another Shops of Grand River first down.
That's just called the load. Quarterback load. You fake the jet sweep, and Odell tucks it. If his big tackle's got to get out of the way now, his tackle's trying to block that linebacker, and he actually makes the tackle on Odell there as he gets to about the 10-yard line, or almost the 10.
And looks like we've got a little movement and a little pushing and shoving going on, too, at the end of the play.
I think there was some movement on the offensive line on that right side.
Snap. But before start on the offense. It's a 5-yard penalty, replay the down.
That'll push him back 5 with 3:42 left here in the opening quarter.
It's really a good drive, James. I mean, they've mixed up everything well, some misdirection, some bubble screens.
4 wide receivers now for the Eagles. Odell's going to keep it.
Ooh.
Gets hit immediately at the line and eventually brought down. That's Romello Cooper. He plays the bull position, more of a defensive end, 6'4", 220.
I like that. terminology, the bull. You're going to watch the bull come up here and hit Odell, and, buddy, he sticks him right there, but he's got to lock up. You see what he did, James? He hit him.
Yes.
But he didn't wrap him up and lock him up and take him down. Great hit there.
2nd down and long now. Odell going to try to flare it out. Finds Shook, and Shook is shook out of bounds.
It's a good play right there.
Yeah, good play there by Penley to make the tackle, his 3rd tackle in this drive.
You know, I like the way that Penley pursued that play. They tried to block him. Penley fights through it, makes a really good play there, number 2.
So now 3rd down and 18. They can get inside the 5, get a first without having to score.
It's going to be an interesting call because nobody's really got a 3rd and 18. What you try to do is you try to get half of it normally, but right now, you know, they got some kind of combination right here hoping to break somebody free with maybe a pick or something.
And looks like they stopped playing.
Delay a game.
Delay a game.
So that'll push them back even further. Now they're looking at 3rd and forever, at least down the street.
We have a timeout prior to the flag. Timeout prior to the flag.
And they'll take the timeout rather than taking the flag. We'll take a timeout with them, an Addiction Prevention Coalition timeout. We come back, we'll see if Oak Mountain can get on the scoreboard first. You're watching Drummond Company Friday Night Rival, presented by Masreno Law Firm right here on My 68. Stay tuned. ACT Equipment is the premier dealer for parts, services, and sales of new and used equipment. Locally owned and operated, we serve Central Alabama. We will provide free pickup and delivery of all equipment and sales and services within the 30-mile of our location in Aniana. Act now, 205-379-8292. Keeping it on the ground are the Eagles, and Odell is able to look like center, at least get it inside the hash, inside the 20.
That's a good point, James. You're right on target what he's trying to do. They didn't want to put the ball on the hash for their kicker. They wanted to line it up and try to get 3 out of this. So they'll bring in their field goal kicker, and he's number 96. I don't know if we've got him on our charts.
Josh Renfro.
Yep. Uh-oh. They're having to send a holder out.
All right, we're waiting on a holder. And here we go.
That's good. Gavin Stone comes in to hold.
They most likely spent a lot of time together. Kicker to kicker.
That's true.
34-yard field goal now for the Eagles, trying to get on the scoreboard first. Renfro, the kicker. Kick is up, and it is wide right, and the defense for the Hornets hold with 1:23 left to play. They bend, but they don't break as Renfro misses the 34-yard.
Well, and you take the touchdown off because you have a holding really away from the play, and you know that's a tough penalty, but it's a good call by the official because it was a clear hold.
Let's go down to Austin Pratt, who has a special interview with one of our sponsors. Austin?
Keychains, tumblers, really all the promotional stuff that everybody uses every day. That's really what it is.
Yeah, and
We cover Jefferson County, St. Clair, Shelby, really all of Alabama, but we do ship nationwide.
And what kind of customers are you guys looking for?
Really, we're looking for businesses or customers that give promotional items to their employees, to their customers, anything, T-shirts, uniforms, things of that nature.
Yeah, definitely. And is there an order that's be too big or too small for you guys?
No, we have minimums on a lot of items which are listed on our website, www.calldrswag.com, but there's really no order that's too big.
And if anyone's interested, what's the best way to get in touch with y'all?
Directly through our website, www.calldrswag.com. Go over there and request your quote today.
Well, thank you very much, Eric. Really appreciate the time. And with that, we're going to send it back up to y'all in the booth.
Thank you so very much, Austin, and thank you so very much, Dr. Swag. 1st and 10 now. Strassner keeping it and carrying it. Now it's the quarterback, Miller Ballman, on the quarterback keeper, and he's able to get some positive yards before he's brought down.
Well, Ballman did a good job faking that time. You see there, Caden Summers coming across on jet sweep action. Ballman just sees a hole, pulls it. Yep, quarter.
We will end the first quarter, and amazingly, no score here between Chelsea and Oak Mountain. The band continues to play and rock and roll here in the shadows of Oak Mountain. When we come back, we'll have the second quarter. Drummond Company Friday Night Rival, presented by Mesrino Law Firm. Stay tuned. At Freddy Frozen Custard and Steak Burgers, we're partnering with the Kids in Need Foundation. Show your support by rounding up your next order. All proceeds will go directly to support under-resourced students and teachers while supplying their need to succeed. Help us create an equitable learning environment for all. Freddy's, the area's partner in high school sports and education. 3rd down and 3 now for the Hornets. No score here in the second quarter. Keeping it again is Chase Straightner, and he is close to the first down, brought down.
I think Chase got a good spot there.
Yes, he did. He got a favorable spot.
Yeah, real favorable. But, both of these teams are going to be content to run right at the bubbles on these 3-man defensive fronts. And that's one of the things. Heck, Alabama's getting criticized about it. They're playing a 3-man front some, and they're really getting hammered for running that Kane Womack, who's a dang good football coach.
Yes,
I'm telling you. The 3-man front puts a lot of pressure on those linebackers to step in those gaps and make that tackle now.
Chase on the carry again. This time he is being chased. He eludes one defender, two, and he's able to outrun the defense getting into Eagle territory.
That's nothing more than a sweep. And Chase Straightner does a great job here, outrunning all the pressure inside, gets on the edge, gets upfield, picks up what? Imagine he picked up, what, 5, maybe 6 yards on that.
They're going to
carry.
give him credit for 6 yards,
Okay.
making it 2nd down and 6.
That's a good job by Trace to get to beat that inside pursuit around the edge.
Once again, Chase on the run, runs into a back of his own lineman. And Jaden Apracio Bailey able to make the tackle.
Boy, Apracio Bailey made sure that Straitner wasn't going to make that first down on 3rd down, so let's see if they make it on 4th. Now the sign says 3rd down, but I thought it was 4th.
3rd down and 1, that's what
Okay.
they're going to give it for him. Timeout called by Todd Cassidy and the Hornets. 10:06 left to play. They want to make sure that they get this right because we'll take it with them. Another Addiction Prevention Coalition timeout. We come back. We'll see if the Hornets can get on the scoreboard. We are scoreless here at Hurt Mount Park Stadium. Stay tuned. Winner of tonight's Friday Night Rivals game will receive a trophy courtesy of Crown Trophy of Pelham, Alabama. We thank them all season long for providing our trophies for our Friday Night Rivals winner. Looks like we had some movement on the line by Chelsea.
Yeah, that right guard, he took off right there. Somebody, they may call delay a game on Oak Mountain for calling out signals.
Prior to the snap, false start on the offense. It's 5-yard penalty.
Boy, there's nothing that upsets a coach more when you take a timeout.
Yes.
You get a play called, then you come out and you get in the mesh and you jump off sides. This is still high school football, guys. Kids are going to make mistakes.
Now, did you see over there, they've got an electronic sign throwing up their numbers over there for Chelsea.
Okay.
They're going high tech.
Uh-oh.
Durbin went in motion, but yet there's another flag.
I think they got offsides over there on the left side there. I think they're going to get those 5 yards back.
Prior to the snap, we have encroachment on the defense.
There you go.
5-yard penalty. We will replay the down.
You know, if any part of your body crosses that ball,
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
you're in the neutral zone, and that's what you don't want to do on 3rd and 6.
Shane Shane McComb has definitely given the officials an earful on that one.
Well, let's see what happens here.
Timeout, defense.
And he's going to call a timeout, another addiction prevention coalition. And he wants to talk to the head official to see exactly what's going on.
I don't know what Shane could be saying there because, you know, all Chelsea did was goes in motion. And what he's trying to say is an offensive lineman did something like the Dallas Cowboys, you know.
Yes.
He may have raised up. And if he did, it should have been called on the offense. But I did see that defensive end encroach on the football, so I know there was an offsides, but I don't know if that offensive lineman moved like that, and he very well could have. So Shane's got a legitimate gripe there.
Coach Cassidy using that timeout to remind his team, his offense, on what they need to do in order to convert and get a first down.
But really all you want to do now is they're in a three-man front, but they're going to walk those two linebackers up and they're going to cover both tackles.
Direct snap to Straisner, and he's able to get the first down quite easily.
Yeah. Well, what you do is you go foot to foot. You put those offensive linemen in there foot to foot, and all we're doing is bullying. We're just going right straight at them. And it's pretty tough to stop you for less than a yard on that right there.
1st and 10 now in Eagle territory at the 44-yard line.
They are high-tech over there. I see that.
Yeah. Five seconds left on the play clock for Bauman. He's able to get the ball off. Wow, looks like he wanted to make a play. Now he's going to have to make a play with his legs and gets knocked out of bounds right at the 39-yard line, but he gets up. Looks like it was a legal play.
I don't know about that right there now. That looked like to me he was out of bounds when he hit him there, James. Let's see if
let's take another look.
He does a great job avoiding the rush. Everything's covered. So he got the ball in the wrong hand. First of all, get it in that outside arm. Ooh,
oh yeah,
whoa,
oh yeah.
Whoa. That's one that.
That's the one that got away.
That got away.
Quick pass and a quick tackle. Good play there by Jaden Aparicio Bailey.
I just threw the hitch route out there and Aparicio Bailey. Look, watch how he comes up here. As soon as he catches it, he throws it out there. Aparicio Bailey comes. Boy, that's a great tackle. Keep his shoulders square just like a running back should when you're making the tackle. Sticks his helmet up there in his shoulder pads. Good tackle, son.
Aparicio Bailey came into this game with 24 tackles and 2 interceptions, so throwing his way could be an issue.
They're going to unbalanced over here on the left side. That means more linemen over here than they got to block.
Direct snap to Chase Straisner and Straightener, and he gets stonewalled and pulled back, and Brooks Braswell there to make the play.
They shifted into unbalanced there, and there comes Straightener. Boy, I'm going to tell you, that may be my fault there. That may have been Dalen Gant that made that tackle.
Yes, Gant.
That's my fault.
Defensive end Gant. So now 4th down and 6. Good pass, reception made there by C.J. Durbin, and Durbin has enough for the first down. Robert Yoder eventually brings him down out of bounds, but it's a Shops of Grand River first down. Good pitch and catch there by Ballman to C.J. Durbin.
I like the route. The inside receiver runs an out, an outside receiver runs a slant. Throw to the outside receiver. On the next route's all it is. That's a tough one to cover. That's a really tough route to cover. Good call by Stuart Morrison there. Good call.
1st and 10 now, ball at the 22-yard line. Chase on the carry again, this time immediately hit at the line of scrimmage by Colton Moore.
That's a good job, Colton Moore. Boy, you see those linebackers stepping up in there. Moore is the Mike linebacker. In other words, he's the middle linebacker. And, boy, he stepped up and filled that gap, and as soon as Straightner got there, he was right there to meet him.
Second down and 8 now for the Hornets. Chase is on the carry, and he's able to get some positive yards again. And this time Peyton Gamble makes the tackle, diving in to make the play.
You know, Peyton Gamble did a good job making the tackle, but what he did was he slung him 2 yards more than,
Yes.
you know, if you're going to make that tackle, you want to knock him back. Don't throw him forward.
He went, whee!
Yeah, he sure did. Went on a merry-go-round.
Third down and 3. Even though if I say we to my kids, they think it's Nintendo. Chase again on the carry, has some room, but this time he's caught right at the line of scrimmage again. And a good play there by J.C. Schwinder on the tackle.
Well, he's the bell cow. If you find Straightner, ball's going to be pretty much where he is most of the night. So, and he's got his hands on his hip now. Is he getting worn down?
Most likely most consecutive carries he's had in a game this season. Give it to Chase again. And this time he may have been tackled for a loss. William Yoder there on the tackle.
That's a good job by Yoder. You're going to see the handoff here. Not much there. You see a lot of red jerseys at the line of scrimmage. That means they're penetrating, but they're not getting deep penetration. They're staying at the line of scrimmage. And anytime Straightner tries to cut back, there's a red jersey there to hit him. I like that a lot because if you get too deep a penetration, you're not going to make the tackle once he's already by you. So they're stopping right there at the line of scrimmage, and that's a good thing. Defensive coordinators, and you got to talk about John Rogers doing a great job coordinating that defense.
Second down and 11.
Yeah.
Trying to go inside again, can't find it. A lot of red shirts there again. No gain, and a good tackle there by Robert Yoder.
I think you got to kick field goal here. Fourth or third? It's third, I'm sorry.
Third and long, third and 11.
Well, I like what they're doing defensively, though, and I want to say that again. You don't see red jerseys past the line of scrimmage. You just don't see it. That devoids the cutback.
Durbin goes in motion. They're going to try to find Durbin in the end zone. Touchdown, Chelsea, touchdown. C.J. Durbin, a Mr. Sparky touchdown. And here comes the smoke from the Hornets.
Yeah, and that's a wheel route. They put 7 in motion. You're going to see the receiver on the end out there do a little, not a curl, but a slant route. And there, that's just a really good route by Durbin. We'll see that, I'm sure, after this extra point.
Luke Miller now for the point after attempt. And it is good with 4:42 left to play here in the first half. Chelsea gets on the scoreboard first. 7-0 is your score. Hornets lead.
I hope you see that. All right, here we go. Durbin goes in motion. Inside receiver runs a slant. Boy, beautiful pass. That's a beautiful pass right there by Miller Ballman. C.J. Durbin just runs a tremendous wheel route, and he throws it out in front of him. He runs under it and catches it for a touchdown.
And that's a little bit unfair. William Yoder's on the coverage. He's a weak side linebacker going up against a receiver.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. And that's a good call. It's a good call by Stuart Morrison. It's just tough.
We take a break. We come back. We'll see if Oak Mountain can answer. But right now, it's the Hornets up 7-0 right here on Friday Night Rivals. Stay tuned. Window World. Think about it. You want to replace your windows and you don't want to do it yourself. Reach out to Window World. They have a world of possibilities and options ready for you. Window World. Call them at 205-916-2189 or visit them online at windowworldalabama.com for more information. Think about it. When's the last time you got your windows or doors updated? They have a world of possibilities and options ready for you. Window World.
Miller second kickoff for Chelsea.
Luke Miller will kick off for the Hornets as they have a 7-0 lead. A Peoples Bank of Alabama kickoff, and it goes out of the end zone for a touchback.
Well, and that's the best kick coverage that there is.
Yes.
Absolutely the best. Luke Miller, good job.
So now the Chelsea defense want to try to see if they can continue this shutout trend. Oak Mountain was able to get a 34-yard field goal off, but it did go wide right. And that was the closest they've been able to get to scoring. Odell in the shotgun. They're going to keep it on the ground to Marty Myricks, and Myricks doesn't go anywhere fast and quickly brought down. And that was Briston Hardy. They're on the tackle. Hardy is the leading tackler along with Porter Schott. Schott has 90 tackles. Hardy has 104 tackles.
That's a lot of tackles. That's 10 tackles a game is what it is. So that's an RPI play that they just ran, and he gave the ball instead of pulling it.
Odell's going long, looking for Fitzgerald, and Fitzgerald just can't get under it.
I know Odell had the right idea, but you got to put some air under that ball, and you really want to throw it out in front of him towards center field. There was no safety there, so throw it out in front of him. But right idea. I like the route.
That's something that you got to continue to practice.
Oh,
because you've got to trust that receiver to go get it, even when you think he can't get it.
Absolutely.
3rd down and 10 with 4 wide receivers, sending Moore in motion. Odell looking on the far side. He can't find anybody. Now he's cutting back. He has some room to run, chooses to pass, and finds a receiver in Fitzgerald. And Fitzgerald looks like he has enough for the 1st down, and they'll move the chains. Good pitch and catch.
Well, that was a good pitch and catch. And really what they were trying to do, they sent Jacob Moore in motion. He tried to run the wheel route, just couldn't get it to him.
Trying to go with a no huddle once again, finding Fitzgerald on a pick play, and he's able to get some yards out to the 45-yard line before Sam Parrish is there to bring him down.
That's a great job by Pat Knight to make that block out there.
At University of Alabama, 1st down.
They've run that play twice now. And the first time they didn't block those corners. That time Pat Knight did a good job blocking him, and it made a big play for him.
Now they're going to try to run the option. Knight gets hit and tackled for a loss. And that was Porter's shot right there to give him a shot.
Boy, I'm going to tell you right now, Patton Knight didn't have a chance that time. They ran the speed option that time, and Patton was about 8 yards deep, as you're going to see him here, and it's just too slow development. If you run that option, you want it to be quick. Lickety split. Patton had to pitch it. Odell had to pitch it about 8 yards, and there was no play there.
Nothing doing. They were right there all over.
No
Odell
chance.
gets hit as he throws, and it's incomplete. He got sandwiched right there on 2nd and 13.
Yeah, you look at that, and you're going to see something here. Those 3 down linemen, they just occupied an offensive lineman. But those 2 linebackers, you saw them come flying through there. And here I'm trying to find their numbers on my chart. I got so many numbers I can't find them myself. Good gracious. But that's what they did. A good call by the defensive coordinator, Scott Lowry, that time.
3rd down and 13, 2:44 left to play here in the 1st half. Chelsea sends someone, and incomplete, intended for Myrick, but he just couldn't bring it in.
Well, you want that one back. If you're Will O'Dell, you want this ball back. You're going to see Myrick going to the flat, see what he does. He released it. You see his release. There's release way back here behind his ear, and the ball's going to sail when it does that. Not your fault, number one, just a bad mistake by the quarterback. But he's done, Odell's been sensational, I thought, for most of the game. So that's just a bad throw there.
And Aiden Hughes back deep for Chelsea. Booming punt by the Eagles, but it will take an Eagle bounce. And they'll down it right there at the 30.
Yeah, what we like, James, is you see there's no white jerseys around that ball.
Yes.
Get away from the ball. They got a certain call that they make when that ball is in the air and it bounces around their players. They call that, say that word, everybody gets away from it.
Correct. So now 2:28 left to play. Oak Mountain on defense trying to just keep this lead to just 7, but Chelsea wants to see how efficient their offense can be in a 2-minute mode.
Well, this is great work for Chelsea going into the playoffs. And let me tell you, they play a mighty good football team in Saraland, I can tell you that.
Ballman going to try to get a screen going, can't do it. Good open field tackle by William Yoder.
That's just a sophomore, too. William Yoder's a little sophomore, and he read that well. His job is to cover that back out of the backfield, and that's exactly what he does. He's Johnny on the spot right there, makes a good tackle on Chase Straightner. Good job right there, William Yoder. He's got a lot more tackles to make as a sophomore. He's going to be a special player for him.
No doubt. Simpson goes out to the side, takes a breather. One of the wide receivers for Chelsea. Durbin going in motion. Ballman trying to find Chase Straightner, and he just couldn't get it straight to him.
Well, and he was well covered again by Yoder. Yoder's doing a great job with his responsibilities, both his run gap, filling gaps, and his pass coverage. He's right out there in the flat with Straightner. That's a good job. So you see this is a well-coached football team at Oak Mountain. They're doing everything. I mean, they're sound in everything that they're doing. It's just going to take some time for Shane McCombs to build this program.
And you can learn from what Coach Cassidy did at Chelsea. He took his lumps in Class 7A. He told everybody, if we can get down to 6A, we'll be competitive. They were this year. They've been rewarded with a playoff spot. Chase cut back, and he's able to barrel his way forward to the line of scrimmage, and not much more. He may have set up a 4th down and about 7.
Well, I'm sure that they're going to punt the ball here. You don't want to do anything but punt.
So timeout has been called. 1:29 left here in the opening half. And you can see Chase is a little tired because he's been carrying the ball a lot. We've got him at 16 carries at 49 yards. And we still got another half of football to play.
And, you know, the thing about Straightner, what I like about him is he gets the ball. They get the ball to him a little deeper than you get ordinarily. It's like an tailback.
Yes.
And he picks and chooses his gaps. And that makes it much easier for those offensive linemen because you don't have to block him down or block him out. You drive him back, and then Straightner can cut off of those blocks. And that really makes it easier for the running back.
No doubt about it.
And we see so much of that in college football today, James. You don't see people necessarily running holes.
Correct.
What they're running is open gaps.
Yeah.
And it started kind of with Ricky Trickett at Florida State running zone blocking, and you just get the ball deep, 7-8 yards deep, and you go where you see open. And it's kind of come on down to high school now, and I like that.
4th down and 8, and it'll be a punting situation now for Chelsea.
This kid's got a strong arm. I mean, a strong leg.
Luke Miller.
Luke Miller.
And he booms this one, and it's going to go off to the far side and go, whoa. Oh, it almost went out of bounds, but it's going to take a hornet bounce inside the 10 and right at the 9-yard line, and it just dies right there.
Boy.
That was a good punt.
Boy, I'm going to tell you right now, when you see the ball turn over in midair, go from back of the football to the point, and it turns over, when it hits that ground.
And his teammate is celebrating too.
That's big. That's flipping the field.
And remember, stay tuned for the Avadian Credit Union halftime show. We'll have interviews, highlights, and possibly some scores from around the area. The Avadian Credit Union halftime show coming up at halftime.
Don't do anything crazy here. Go in at 7-0. Be simple.
And that one is incomplete.
Well, what you don't want to do is turn the ball over inside the 10-yard line.
No doubt.
You know.
Intended for Fitzgerald.
I used to watch South Alabama. Joey Jones was the head coach, and when they were in this position, their goal was to get the ball to the 30-yard line, and they practiced that every day. And, you know, they're not going to take chances down here. Let's see what we do here with Oak Mountain.
Odell right on his goal line. Now he's going to try to avoid one defender, finds a wide receiver in Boston Brimmer, and he's able to get enough for the first down. John Leaf in on the tackle.
Well, I love the way he stepped up. Odell stepped up in the pocket there and found his receiver, Boston Brewer. Ooh.
This is a ball that just goes into nowhere and stops the clock with 42 seconds.
Well, I think he got hit on his arm, and you got to give a little credit to that big defensive lineman coming in there, popping him on his arm too. That's one I don't have. That's Ethan Prickett coming in there to.
So now 42 seconds. Second down and 10. Odell, wow, Cooper was right there on his backside and incomplete. That was good coverage by Chelsea. They were just trying to do it. Briston Hardy plays that Hornet position there on the coverage.
That's a great no call by the field judge or the back judge. I mean, it was pushing and shoving on offense and defense, and just a good no call.
Third down and 10. Odell trying not to get sacked. Does he get back to the line of scrimmage? Yes, he does. So it'll be a tackle, but not a sack. And a good play there by Porter Schott.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see Chelsea call a timeout here. That brings up a fourth down. Don't make them punt.
Trying to get the ball back. And just want to remind people about our Salvatore's Pizza Break. And remember, if you mention Friday Night Rivals at Salvatore's Pizza and Pasta at any of their locations, you'll get 20% off of your order. Salvatore's Pizza and Pasta, not that far away from Oak Mountain's Herdmount Park on 280, one of their premier locations. And they're talking about the math. 3-6 and 6-3. Oak Mountain, for a few years, they had a very good program, very competitive. Last couple of years, they've been on the downward swing. Chelsea, the exact opposite.
Right.
They were down for a little while. Now they're on the upswing.
Yeah, and that's what happens in high school football. You go through those. Now, this is a coaching thing right here. Tom Cassidy called timeout because he wants to try and either go block the punt or he wants to set up a punt return, and he doesn't have anybody back. So he's got 11 men. He's going after the punt. Yeah.
And they can't make it in time. Nobody's back, and it's just going to bounce, bounce, bounce inside the 10 and about the 7-yard line. 11 seconds, so I don't think they're going to try to throw it deep.
No.
They may try to kneel it and go into the locker room with that 7-0 lead.
I think you need to dance with the lady that brought you here. You just need to stay where you are and don't do anything crazy inside that 10-yard line.
Chelsea doing a good job of being effective, even though they haven't pulled out all the stops, because next week they'll take on Sarah Land, who is a 6A power, a state champion.
And let me tell you something, folks. That's down my neck of the woods. They be good. They be real good.
And Ballman will kneel it and let the last 10 seconds play out. We won't discuss your broken English, but that's okay.
I know, my wife will, though, I promise.
Halftime has come here at Herd Mount Stadium. Let's go down to Austin Pratt, who has the coach. Austin?
Coach, a low-scoring game here, but it is a one-possession lead. What's the key to keeping that lead and ending up on top tonight?
Maintaining the football, getting first downs. You know, I mean, we're going to just try to drive the ball down. We're going to, have to take a shot as well. Now, they're playing press man, putting 11 down. We're going to have to take a shot pretty soon.
There's been a few extended drives this game from both teams. What's really the points of emphasis, the game plan going into the locker room here tonight?
Winning the line of scrimmage.
Thank you very much, Coach. Really appreciate the time.
Very much, Austin, and thank you, Coach Cassidy. 7-0 is your score here at Herd Mount Park, right here in the shadows of Oak Mountain. Stay tuned. The Avadian Credit Union halftime show is coming up. But right now, the Hornets have dominated on offense and defense. They're pitching a shutout. Can they do it in the second half? We'll see. Stay tuned.
We're talking about distracted driving with Leslie Brown of the Health Education and Safety Center here at Children's of Alabama. So Leslie, I know people talk about cell phones as being a big distraction for teen drivers, but there are many others as well, right?
That's right. So cell phones are definitely a big distractor, not just for teen drivers, but for adults as well. But one thing that parents of new drivers may not realize is that the number of friends, the number of passengers that new driver adds to their vehicle is also a huge distraction. So obviously it's very convenient when our kids get that independence. They can go out and drive themselves to school, they can drive themselves to work, they can go to concerts, to church, all the things. But what we want to do as parents to kind of protect them in a way of making sure that we are decreasing their risk is not allowing them to pick up all their friends on the way. Adding one passenger or friend to the vehicle doubles their chances of being in a car crash. 2 to 3 extra friends triples and on the more passengers that you add to that vehicle.
So that's obviously one thing that parents want to talk to their teens about before they start driving.
Right.
How do they approach that conversation? What's the best way to do it?
Well, I think it's always good to start young. Start with our young teens, and parents talk to them about being a safe passenger, making sure that they're not distracting the driver with turning up the radio or showing them things on their cell phone, but to be watching for driving hazards around them. And also, it should be a non-negotiable. Every person in the vehicle should have on their seatbelt. The driver, every passenger, no matter where you're seated in the vehicle. Then as they progress on to getting their driver's permit, caregivers and parents need to make sure that we are driving with them and practicing with them in all kinds of weather conditions, night and day, rural roads, interstates, all those things, so they can practice with an experienced driver before they get on the road by themselves. And then right before they get their driver's license, they need to be making themselves familiar with the graduated driver's license law. The graduated driver's license program was created for families so that they can have that foundation of things that allow their new driver to practice and drive safely on the roads with decreased risk and distractions as they are new drivers. And of course, every family needs to add the non-negotiables to that are important to their household.
A lot of precautions for teen drivers to take to make sure they're staying safe on Alabama's highways. For more information, go to childrensal.org.
Guys, I got Chris Blight here, the athletic director for Oak Mountain. Chris, why don't you tell me what your favorite Oak Mountain football moment this year is?
I think really just being able to get some wins on the board. You know, they've faced adversity all year, and the coaching staff and players have really come together and battled hard. And seeing them compete as a team every week, no matter who we're playing or what the score is, has been really incredible. It's been a great year for them all.
Yeah, now what else is going on in Oak Mountain Sports? Anything to get excited about?
Yeah, absolutely. We've had a great volleyball season. We made regionals. That's just finished. Our cross-country team's doing fantastic, and they're both boys and girls qualified for state, and John Shoemaker just won the sectionals, so we're really excited about that next weekend as well.
Yeah, coming up towards the end of the semester here, is there anything else going towards the back half of the school here that you guys are really looking forward to?
Yeah, you know, it never stops. We start basketball next week. We go straight into wrestling, and then spring sports, and we've had some great success with our spring sports, and we're looking for more of it next year.
Thank you very much, Chris. Really appreciate the time. At this moment, we're going to go over to Andrew Gunn, who is the principal at Oak Mountain. Andrew, why don't you tell me a little bit about how classes are going this year? What's something that you're really proud about? It could be your faculty, students, anything like that.
I gotcha. It's been a wonderful school year. We're at 1,600 strong right now. Just an amazing group of young people that have we have great support from our parents, and we just have a great time at the school. Had a homecoming, great football season. Rolling right into the next big things with basketball and everything else. So just a perfect Friday night out here.
Yeah, definitely. And I know there's a little bit of a rivalry between these two teams here. Could you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, of course. I mean, our history with Chelsea goes way back to the founding of Oak Mountain, where a lot of the kids that would normally go to Chelsea ended up coming to Oak Mountain High School. There's always been a great rivalry, great friendship there between the two schools. We're all a part of Shelby County school system. We're all proud of that. But on the basketball court, on the football field, we try to get after each other as much as we can. So,
thank you very much, Andrew. Really appreciate the time. That's all here. We have just got a quick word with our Oak Mountain Student of the Week.
Scholar, Athlete of the Week.
Oak Mountain High School's Will Odell holds a 4.39 GPA and is the starting QB for the football team. He's the class president and is ranked 24 out of 402 in his class. He is a top performer in the classroom while also volunteering in his community.
For the past 10 seasons, the Mizraino Law Firm has been honored to name the Student Scholar Athlete of the Week on Friday Night Rivals. We are grateful to be part of such a strong community, and we are always humbled to serve you.
Closed captioning is brought to you by Benjamin Franklin Plumbing, Mr. Sparky, and 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating.
Congratulations to the Mizraino Law Firm Scholar Athlete of the Week.
Chelsea High School's Jackson Kalnoski holds a 4.27 GPA and plays for the football and golf teams. He's a 4-star long snapper and is ranked number 50 nationally for the position. He's in the National Honor Society and an AP Scholar.
For the past 10 seasons, the Mizraino Law Firm has been honored to name the Student Scholar Athlete of the Week on Friday Night Rivals. We are grateful to be part of such a strong community, and we are always humbled to serve you.
Friday Night Rivals is brought to you by Drummond Company, the Mizraino Law Firm, People's Bank of Alabama, Window World, Children's of Alabama, Avadian Credit Union, Whataburger, Freddy's Frozen Custard and Steak Burgers, Salvador's Pizza and Pasta, First Choice Heating and Cooling, Shops at Grand River, Act Equipment, University of Alabama, Fortis Institute, Louis Appliance, Addiction Prevention Coalition, Alabama Dial 811, Air Experts, Wind South Credit Union, Benjamin Franklin Plumbing, Mr. Sparky, and 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating.
Welcome back to the Avadian Credit Union halftime show. Right beneath you at the bottom of your screen is the Oak Mountain Marching Band. And yes, there was smoke coming out of the cauldron, as I think their halftime show is called Imagine. And you can imagine well over 300 strong that are marching here. Good thing they got turf, because they would just be eating up the field right now.
Well, they sure would. And this is a very, very talented band. And you know, I've seen a lot of high school bands, and there's not many that can compare to this band in the state of Alabama. But
no doubt about it. And halftime, what we've seen so far is a team that's trying to prepare for the playoffs, trying to keep things, as they say, vanilla.
Right.
And we have an Oak Mountain team that's really still trying to work on their offense for next year.
well, and I thought both teams have played extremely well in the first half to limit turnovers, to go from bad field position to good field position.
Yes.
And third and finally, to make big plays when they needed to make big plays in third down situations. So, you know, it's a tight ball game, 7-0 at halftime. And, you know, it shows that Oak Mountain is not scared to throw the football coming inside the 10-yard line. I like that. I like the job that both teams have done, and it's a competitive game, and that's what we wanted to see.
No doubt about it. Let's take a look at our first half highlights, and Oak Mountain really started to drive early, trying to find Patrick Knight there on the pass.
Yeah, and that's just a little hitch route outside, and Knight did a great job. And boy, this kid's really run the ball hard for him. It's
Myrick. That 34-yard field goal goes wide right. The Hornet defense celebrates because they're like, hey, we held them, bend but don't break. But then the quarterback, Ballman, he finds Durbin, and Durbin's able to work his magic.
Yeah, and he did it twice on the wheel route. The perfect touchdown pass right there. Great throw right there by Ballman. And I'm going to tell you right now, C.J. Durbin runs a really clean route.
Yes, he does run a very clean route. When you think about adjustments coming into the second half, if you're Chelsea, do you still try to keep things as vanilla as possible, just trying to run the ball straight ahead?
Well, I think what Todd Cassidy is determined to do is he's not going to show a whole lot in this game. Sarah Land's going to get this film, and Jeff Kelly and his coaches will break it down to the T. So Todd's just going to try to get out of here without showing a whole lot of offense. Defensively, they're a three-man front. There's not a whole lot of variations you can do with that three-man front. They can move some linebackers around, and they've done that on occasion. I don't think you're going to see much more than what you've seen in the first half from Todd Cassidy. I think they'll stay vanilla.
How about for Oak Mountain?
I think Oak Mountain has got all – they can pull everything out. They can just take the whole playbook and say everything is a possibility. We're going to do everything we can do to win. Hey, this is a rivalry between two schools that are close together, and at the same time, they're big rivals because these kids know each other. They went to school with each other before Oak Mountain was formed. So, there's a lot of formative years between these kids. I like these kind of games because the kids will go out and they'll have a hamburger and a milkshake after the game, and the parents will still be squabbling about it.
We'll take a break. We come back. We'll have more of the Avadian Credit Union halftime show as the parents will squabble, but the players will enjoy it. But halftime, I don't know if the band squabble or not, but right now I think that Oak Mountain has Chelsea outnumbered by 3-1.
Well, they do, but Chelsea still put on a good show. I'm going to tell you right now.
No doubt. The cauldron is still smoking. The Avadian Credit Union will continue on. Stay tuned. The cauldron continues to smoke as Oak Mountain's marching band has put on a fantastic show here at the Avadian Credit Union halftime show. And it looks, there's a wizard throwing flags. We've had a French horn performer do a solo, and there's a young lady there. She must be one of the witches or things of that nature. Oh, yeah, she's throwing more flags. Yes. Yes. More smoke and more flash there, Coach.
If you hadn't seen this show, I'm serious. If you live in Birmingham or Jefferson County or Shelby County and you have a Friday night, don't go see a movie. You come to Oak Mountain and watch their band at halftime. That's an amazing show. I'm just telling you. My wife already wants to throw money at them. They're doing so good.
7-0 is your score in favor of Chelsea here at Herd Mount Park, the home of the Oak Mountain Eagles. And that was a fantastic show, Coach.
That was fabulous.
And I know they had to raise some money to get that cauldron of smoke.
I'm fixing to say.
And it's smoking for sure.
That's an entire athletic budget for some small schools in this state.
Oh, Coach, let's take a look at our ABC 3340 keys to the game. And the keys to the game were trying to get the offense going. It seems as though both teams offensively have had a good drive, but not necessarily the most efficient offensively.
Well, and I think one of the things that Shane McComb talked about was he just wanted to continue to be productive on offense, and he's been productive. They've been productive. There have not been a lot of punts, but the punts that they have punted have been ultra successful.
Yes.
They flipped the field. So, but, you know, I think the most important thing is they have both played solid defense. They hadn't given up one big play.
Yes.
One big play's been given up.
We'll go down to Austin Pratt, who has the coach for Oak Mountain.
Coach, one possession deficit here. What's the points of emphasis, the keys going into the locker room for the team here today?
Just execute. You know, we've missed 3 or 4 open touchdown passes, so we just got to go out and play catch and get after it. We're good. I feel comfortable with our guys. We come out and play the second half, we'll be fine.
With the scoreboard where it is, it's any man's game. How's that go as far as the momentum, the mentality of the players right now?
Like I said, we're good to go. We just need to come out and play our half of football like we should have started the game. We'll be fine.
Thank you very much, Coach. Good luck.
All right, thank you so much, Coach McComb and Austin. As the Evading Credit Union wraps up, we're a little bit under 2 minutes before we get started. And let's go to our highlights from around the country. Thursday and Friday night rival highlights from around America.
The best Thursday night lights and Friday night rivals highlights from across the country.
Isaiah Hopewell to do the kick, but they fake it. They're going to have something good happen here. They throw it and complete it. Down the sideline. No flags. Touchdown, Judson Rockets.
Holy cow, look at the Judson sideline. They are going nuts. Don, I'm watching this play going. I'm going, come on, H.
He's sprinting down the first one. Now the second one.
Onside kick. And it goes right to Riverside. Harry Armstrong throwing out all the stops.
Yeah, the pass rush has generally been 3. Deep ball looking for Stewart, and Stewart brings it home inside the 40-yard line. That's good for 40.
Stewart will be a star at the college level and beyond.
Shoulder lift. Kostoff, 230 pounds. Watch this right in here. Boom.
Going for 2. 2 unbeaten records on the line. Throws left side. It's caught. It's caught, and Ravenwood wins. And Ravenwood is 9-0.
Miller set to kick off. Brewer and Fitzgerald back deep for the Eagles.
of Oak Mountain, right here in the shadows of Oak Mountain. And a lot of people come out to Pelham, and they're in the shadows of the other side of the Oak Mountain mountain range. And this is closer to the 280 side of Oak Mountain. As Chelsea will kick off, and it will be into the end zone for a touchback, and the Eagles will take over. People's Bank of Alabama kickoff.
That's twice Luke Miller's kicked off, and he's kicked both of them into the end zone. And, boy, that is a coach's dream to have a place kicker that can kick it in the end zone.
No doubt about it. And this defense is trying to pitch a shutout to end the regular season and send a message, so to speak, because they most likely will have to travel south to Saraland.
They do have to travel. That's true.
1st and 10 now for the Eagles. Myrick's on the carry, and this time he can't go anywhere fast. Say hello to Briston Hardy. That's part of that 104 tackles that he's had all season.
Briston Hardy plays the Hornet linebacker, and well, he sure did a good job that time coming up and filling the gap. You see how he comes in and fills the gap? Boy, his shoulders are squares, just like a running back. Linebacker is very similar in that case. He squares those shoulders up. It's tough to get by.
2-yard loss, 2nd down and 12. Odell, oh yes, good pass to Jacob Moore. He's sort of been the decoy as he's been going in motion a lot, but now first time they've found him, and enough for the 1st down to move the chains.
Well, again, too, now, the way they're playing this defense in the secondary, that's a linebacker that's got to cover Jacob Moore, and that's tough coming across on that drag route.
1st and 10, they're going to try to run it as Odell, and he's able to get some positive yards, maybe about 5 yards or 6 to make it 2nd down and 4.
Good job by Odell to kind of pick his way through there. You know, you saw a little bit of grabbing there, and that's unusual for this defense of Chelsea. Square them up, pop them, don't grab.
3 wide receivers set now for the Eagles. Brewer in motion. They're going to keep it as Odell, and he's able to get some positive yards, and eventually brought down by Hardy.
Hardy does another good job filling that. That's just a quarterback load. What you're doing is you're faking the jet sweep there to the man going in motion, and that was Boston Brewer. And Odell just follows it. He follows right up into that A gap. And that's a good job. They get a 1st down right there.
Another 1st down. They continue to move the chains. Moore in motion. Myrick's on the carry, got some room to run. Wow, he tried to lose one defender, and that's a good arm tackle by Prickett. Ethan Prickett, I mean, he just hung on for dear life.
You know, there's a great example of what we're talking about. He gave the ball to Myrick's about 5 yards deep in the backfield. Myrick's was headed toward the A gap, but he veered it out all the way around the end. It's a great job, good vision. Run the ball with your eyes.
Trying to keep it on the ground again. And that's Mason Mitchell with his 1st carry of the night. And it looks like he has enough for the 1st down. He'll move the chain.
Yeah, Mason Mitchell's a senior, trying to get some playing time here in his last game, and that's a good run right there for Mason Mitchell. Picked up about 5 yards after contact was made. That's what you call yak.
Offensive lineman trying to get off the field. Oh, no, they're going to split him out. So they're going with that interesting lineup again, and what they did was make Gavin Hellstott jump offside.
That's a good job right there by the offensive coordinator, Jared Holder. Throws them into that I don't even really know how to call this formation, because you got 3 linemen out there with a back behind them, and all we got is 3 linemen over the ball, a center and 2 guards. So I don't know what they call that. Maybe they call it Disney or something, but it's a pretty good formation.
The cauldron that smokes.
You got quads out there this time.
Pitch and catch to Fitzgerald, and he keeps his feet, but eventually brought down Briston Hardy again on the tackle. He's starting to get that tackle total up now.
Yeah, Briston Hardy, you watch how he gets out there, and boy, nobody blocks him. And that's where the problem was. You got to get a hat on each one of those defenders. They double team up front, and they should have had somebody on Hardy.
Second down and short now for the Eagles. Keeping it is Odell, and he gets to that first down marker. Can't get any further. Big tackle there by Porter Schott.
Yeah, Porter Schott from his Mike linebacker position steps in and fills that gap. They really like running this quarterback load after you fake either the dive or the jet sweep. And I'm going to tell you, Odell's a heck of an athlete. He's a basketball player, football player.
Baseball player, too.
Baseball player, plays them all.
Myrick's on the carry and gets brought down from the backside. Great job there by Porter Schott.
That's a great job. You know, these linebackers are well coached. I'm really impressed by these linebackers, especially these guys from Chelsea. What shot? Boy, he shoots that A gap and makes a tackle. Yeah, that's good football.
4th down and 3. They're going for it.
They tried to draw him off.
And Romello Cooper was like, no, I'm not moving. And they're actually staying about a half a yard deeper than what they should be.
Yeah.
Option, Myrick's on the carry. And looks like he has enough for the first down, second and third effort, and he's pushed out of bounds. A Shompson Grand River first down for Marty Myrick.
Well, there's a speed option again, and you're going to see the difference this time with Myrick. Myrick's not going to be but about 4 yards away from the quarterback, gets that ball in that outside arm, and then he just railroads one run defensive back there. That's good running right there by Myrick's. Good pitch also by Odell.
1st and 10 now for the Eagles. Still driving, throwing it long as Odell in the end zone for Fitzgerald. And the ball is knocked down.
I don't know.
Yeah, that was interesting. Chelsea could have been called for something, but they didn't. And that was John Jackson there on the coverage.
Well, you got to go back. You got to be able to go back and get the football. Let's see if he has the opportunity. No. So you see 13 coming in there and jumping up. There's John Lee.
Yep.
He really never had a chance to catch the football.
Quick pass, reception made by Jacob Moore, and he gets his second first down opportunity of the drive. And now we're in the Windows World red zone.
Now Jacob Moore lines up as an H-back, and he runs what we used to call a tight end dump. Watch this, bam, right there, right in the middle of that. Good, he's protecting the ball, and there comes a big offensive lineman trying to push him 5 yards down the line. Good for Brad Hayslip to come in there and help his receiver.
Half a yard short of the first, 3rd down and 1. Myrick's on the carry, gets the first down and more, and gets inside the 10 to the 9.
Well, that's good running right there by Myrick. And he's running with his eyes. That's the key. He's running with his eyes. He's got his head up. He's got his eyes open, and he sees that gap that's open. That's a great job by that young man. Just a junior, too. He's got another year to play for Shane McCombs.
1st and goal now from the 9-yard line. Keeping it is Odell. And this time Odell's brought down once again by Briston Hardy.
Well, and you're going to see 2 or 3 in there. You're going to see number 3 and 33 and 4. All 3 of those linebackers, they call them the Wolf, the Mike, and the Hornet. They're going to be in on every tackle because that's the way this defense is designed. And you're going to take that play that Odell just ran. They got 4 or 5 yards, and they'll do that on first down.
Myrick's keeping it on the ground. This time Schott is right there to lead the tackle.
Straight dive. Nothing fancy about that. They're just lining up and saying, we got 5 linemen, you got 3. We're going to take our chances getting to the second level with a straight dive, and that's what Myrick's did there. So it's a good job by the offensive front. Now you just got to keep hammering.
3rd down and goal from the 5.
You know, you got to look for Odell to do something here, either get on the corner or run a load.
Direct snap to Myrick's. Myrick's going to try to run into the end zone. Touchdown, Oak Mountain. Marty Myrick's with his 10th touchdown of the year. Mr. Sparky touchdown for the Eagles.
I like the call right there. Really like the call by Jared Holder. He puts Myrick's back there at the Wildcat. Just goes right around right in, gets a good seal on the end. He cuts it in that gap, what we call the C gap, and is wide open. Great job right there by Myrick's and a good job by the offensive line. I told you I liked the demeanor of Shane McCombs.
Yeah.
Let's just play football.
Renfro now with the point after attempt for Oak Mountain. Kick is up, and it's good with 5:55 left in the third quarter. We are all tied up at 7 apiece, and we'll see if Chelsea can come back and score again. But look at this one by Myrick's.
Like they go motion with Odell away from the play. They come back strong with Myrick's around right in. He's got nothing but a whole big gap to get in there to the end zone.
We'll take a break. We come back. We'll see if Chelsea can answer, but we're all tied up at 7 apiece right here on Friday Night Rivals. The Whataburger Water Player of the Game at the end of the game, and our Whataburger Player of the Game. Remember to download the Whataburger app and start earning rewards. And I think a lot of those kids at Oak Mountain can eat quite a few Whataburgers. I used to be able to do that, but now, you know, my stomach won't let me.
I think kids everywhere can eat a lot of Whataburgers.
Oh, yeah.
All right, here comes a pooch kick. Let's see what happens.
Keeping it on the ground, and it'll be returned. And it'll get up to about the 27-yard line.
Some good tackle there by J.C. Swinder, junior defensive back, making a good tackle on the kickoff.
Now Miller Ballman and the offense, they've been able to drive down and score in the second quarter, but now let's see if they can continue that here in the third.
You know what's interesting to me is we see a lot of these teams playing 3-man fronts. We used to see 5-man fronts, call that an odd. Now this is an odd. You got a nose and you got 2 defensive ends, and then you got linebackers covering those gaps. Let's see what they try to do if they're going to run right at it.
And gives it to Straightner. He's able to get some positive yards, about 3 yards on the carry.
Well, you see where he's running. He's running where there's no defensive lineman and there's a linebacker. Where you get an offensive lineman that gets up on that second level, and now, boy, he's hurting. Let's hope he's not cramping, but he's hurting. But, you know, that 3-man front is not the hardest to run against.
They're going to keep him in there.
Yeah, well, I don't think he'll run him this time. May run Ballman.
Trying to make an audible. The offensive linemen do hear him. Ballman throwing it deep, looking for him, and he finds him, but out of bounds is intended receiver C.J. Durbin.
Well, and you look at the coverage over there by Kobe King, and that's a great job. You notice that King stayed inside of it. And if he stays inside, there's no way he can catch that ball. There's just no way he can catch that ball. That's John Rogers, the defensive coordinator.
So now looking at 3rd down and 5. They're getting their numbers over there with that electronic board. One of the many innovations in high school football you see today.
I hadn't even seen that in college.
No, I haven't
I
either.
mean, that's it's really new. Uh-oh, 3.
Finds Straightner, and looks like he is close to the first down, but maybe a little short. Yes, he is short. Good tackle there by Prashio Bailey.
Boy, that's a good job. He's coming, sneaking out into the flat. And boy, look at him. I want to call him Louis Aparicio, the old Baltimore Orioles shortstop. Good tackle by him there, number 3, Aparicio Bailey.
We take a break. We have an injury timeout and an Addiction Prevention Coalition timeout. When we come back, we'll see what Chelsea wants to do as they're looking at 4th down and 5. You're watching Friday Night Rivals. Stay tuned. Special thanks to King Boys Towing and Recovery for providing the transportation to get all of our scissor lifts and heavy equipment out to each location of Friday Night Rivals. Yes, they bring in the heavy equipment, but if you need any towing or recovery service, don't hesitate to reach out to King Boys, and they do a good job of making sure all of our equipment gets there safely. And yes, we do have the lift. And our cameraman right there with the wave. And yes, it is jam-packed here in the season finale of Friday Night Rivals. They knew we were coming. That's why they got so many people.
That's it. Now, Zach Fitzgerald wants to catch this punt. That was a short punt, so he's going to get away from it.
And it does not take a Hornet bounce, but rather an Eagles bounce. Great field position at the 45-yard line.
Yeah, but you know, this is what bothers me. You see all those red jerseys over there. One had to straddle the football as it bounced. Get away from the football, guys. You got a big old lineman over there straddling the football. Get away from it.
So now Will Odell and company have an opportunity to take the lead for the first time in this game. 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line with 4 wide receivers, 3 on the near side. They send Myrick's in motion. Myrick's looking, they try to fake the bubble screen, throws it, and a little short intended for Fitzgerald.
That's a really good job by Odell, but here's the problem there. Fitzgerald's got to come back to him. He's got to run back to him to give him a chance to get that ball to him. Odell's got a good arm, but he's throwing from one hash all the way to the other hash.
Yes.
To the numbers, really. So come back to the quarterback. Let him see your numbers. You got a chance to make a reception.
Coach Cassidy wants to see his defense make a play. Knight, they fake it to him. Odell keeps it. And eventually he's brought down by Porter Shot.
Well, that's a good job by Odell. He fakes the jet sweep and then goes up into that vacant gap. But I want you to watch the collision here. That's a bad route run right there by Pat Knight. Bumps into the quarterback.
Once again, Odell on the carry, and Galvin Hillstock able to bring him down.
Well, the reason that play's working is because those linebackers have to move as that jet motion comes across. They've got to move. They got to slide with that motion. Because that outside linebacker's got to take him if he goes in the route for a pass.
First down now into Hornet territory at the 45. Odell throws it long, and he finds Fitzgerald into the end zone. Touchdown, a 45-yard bomb, a Mr. Sparky touchdown, and they'll do a little dancing in the end zone.
You want to talk about a really excellently thrown football right here. Will Odell just makes a crackerjack throw right here. He gets his drop, gets the ball up, and makes a perfect delivery to Zach Fitzgerald, who's running a little skinny post route in there, and he's got the defender on his back. Touchdown. That's a great pass. Good call by Jacob Holder. Good catch by Zach Fitzgerald.
And for the first time tonight, it appears that they have the lead, but wait, they may have a flag, and they do have a flag, and that may be for the celebration they did in the end zone.
Maybe. Be a dead ball foul, I guess, and they'll be penalized on the kickoff, I guess, or on the extra point, maybe.
The result of the play is a touchdown. During the play, we have unsportsmanlike activity on the offense. It's 15 yards assessed on the try. We'll have an untimed down.
And we take another look at the touchdown reception by Fitzgerald. He goes into the end zone, a little high step, and then after that, it's cha-cha-cha.
Okay.
And he's cha-cha.
Well, you know, a kid scores a touchdown, and I didn't think that was, that's just me. And I'm an advocate for officials. They do a great job. But sometimes we all make mistakes, and I don't know about that.
And now Coach Cassidy just trying to get an explanation from the officials, and the officials are having a conference themselves, and Coach McComb is like, as long as the points stand. Let's see what it looks like the points will stand, and now the point after attempt will be from looks like a short field goal, about a 30-yard field goal, but it's just a point after. And now Coach Cassidy can't hold himself back, and he's actually screaming for something else.
I don't know what he could be saying. I mean, it should be placed on the 25-yard line is where the ball should be placed. So it should be a 35-yard extra point. And it is. They put it on the 25.
Josh Renfro for the long point after attempt. And it is wide left. But put 6 more on the board as Oak Mountain has a 13-7 lead, looking for their 4th victory of the year, their 2nd victory in region play. The flags fly high here at Herd Mount Park. Let's take another look.
This is really a well-executed play right there. Just a perfect throw by Will Odell. And just, good route by Fitzgerald. Just go in the end zone, give the ball to the official, go to the sideline.
We take a break, we'll come back, and we'll see if the music will continue to play for Oak Mountain or will Chelsea change the tune. You're watching Friday Night Rivals. Stay tuned. And now Oak Mountain has a 13-7 lead. They're trying to end their season with a win. Chelsea will be moving on to the 6A playoffs. But for Oak Mountain, they've left it all out here on the field, and they've been rewarded with a 13-7 lead. Now Gavin Stone with the kickoff on our People's Bank of Alabama kickoff. Upback will take it at the 20-yard line and go down right at the 30. And that's where Chelsea will take over.
I like the idea of a pooch punt kick there because they're kicking it into the sideline. You don't have to cover the whole field. You just cover this sideline. Everybody drifts this way. I like that. When you don't have a strong leg kicker, he did his job there.
So now we'll see if Chelsea can expand their offensive selection here. Got a little movement, and that will be all sides on Oak Mountain.
Yeah.
Prior to the snap,
he jumped
we
in
have
that neutral
encroachment
zone.
on the defense. It's a 5-yard penalty. We will replay first downs.
So 1st and 5 now for the Hornets. Pitch out to Chase. Chase, nice cutback. He finds a hole, and he's able to get some positive yards close to the first down marker, about an 8-yard gain for Chase.
Well, we run the toss sweep right there, and you want to see somebody that can really got a chance to get hurt. That little cornerback for Oak Mountain just squatted.
Yes.
And waited on Chase to deliver the lick to him. That's, you got to attack. You can't sit back and wait for that ball carrier to get to you. You got to attack him. And that's a good way to get hurt. He ducked his head and squatted. That's
straighten her. And he looks like he's close to the first down marker. It depends on the spot, but it looks like he has enough for the first.
That young man's had a full night's work, and we hadn't played 3 quarters yet.
No doubt about it. He's already at 18 carries.
Yeah.
Straightner, he's 5'9", 205. Not bad.
And he's got a playoff game to play next week.
Yes.
That's might want to think about that. I know this is a big game. It's a rival game. But
timeout called by Ballman. He really didn't like what he saw, and he was running out of time on the play clock. And it's another Addiction Prevention Coalition timeout. 2:14 left in the third, and we see Coach McComb there stoically just trying to wait and see what his defense is going to do to make a play.
I like what he's doing with his football team. I really do. Ultra successful high school football coach in California, comes all the way across country to Alabama. He had opportunities in Georgia and an opportunity in Mississippi. He found the right place for him here at Oak Mountain. He really felt like this was a place he was about to start a family, and he felt really good about this area. And they've gotten better from last year to this year, and they'll be better next year. So, you got to be pleased with the job that Shane McCombs is doing.
No doubt about it, and I think the Oak Mountain faithful are happy with him currently. And the fans for Chelsea definitely here trying to see if their team can make a comeback as they trail 13-7, now 1st and 10 with 2:14 left here in the third quarter. Timeout is over. With 4 wide receivers, they're going to try to spread it out. Bauman taking his time. Now he's throwing up top. Wow, what an attempt, but he could not make the catch. And going down is Aiden Hughes. He was slow to get up because he fell flat on his face.
Well, he sure did. And you're going to see a good play right there by Aparicio Bailey. He comes in and watch, he goes through the ball. That's a good play by Aparicio Bailey.
Looks like he fell on his side, may have knocked the wind out of him.
Holding, offense, 10-yard penalty, we'll replay the down.
Hughes getting up and going to the side.
So we got a flag. I didn't see the call.
Looks like it was a hold, and they moved him back 10 yards.
Okay.
Straisner, and there we go. Here goes Chase, and Chase is off to the races. Straisner off to the races and into the end zone. Touchdown, just like that. Another Mr. Sparky touchdown. Chase is in the right place. 60 yards.
That's a good call, James, because I'm going to tell you right now, when he got into open field, they weren't going to catch him. They just weren't going to catch him because they had brought everybody up. And, well, that young man's had a heck of a game. I think that's about 20 carries for him. And when he got into the third level, he was, by the third level, he got through the first level into the second level, and by the third level, he was touchdown bound.
Miller now for the point after attempt. This kick will give them the lead. And it's good. And just like that, the Hornets are back on top by 1, 14-13. A lot of that from Chase Straisner with his long touchdown run.
Here we go. Boy, they pull that backside tackle. Will Pullman comes around and cleans up the linebacker that was supposed to make the play. Straisner gets into the open. That's a really, really nice play. They pull that right guard, Straisner around. He cleans up the second level. Straisner's on for a touchdown.
Now, I'm a country guy at heart. Was he playing a little possum there as he was limping all throughout the end of the second quarter and in the third quarter?
That's what we call Louisiana gumbo. He was stirring the pot.
He was stirring the pot because I'm thinking, we're like, why they keep playing him? Because he's limping.
Yeah.
And he wasn't limping on that run.
No, he got to the second level. He could see daylight. I like that. That's
all is well there, and that's the sign of youth.
That's true.
Hurt one minute and 100% the next minute.
That's right. Short kickoff.
Great field position again now for Oak Mountain. Now at the 40-yard line.
If there's one thing you really want to do as a coach, you want to be able to kick that football where you at least pin them inside that 25-yard line. When you get the ball at the 40-yard line, your offensive coordinator can run everything in the playbook. And I tell you, Jared Holder has done a really good job, especially with Will O'Dell tonight.
Brewer going in motion, keeping it is O'Dell, and he is brought down for a loss. And once again, Schott is there to start the play. And then you also got Gabe Henley and company. And Sam Trout.
Yeah, Sam Trout was all around his waist. Sam's pretty excited there. He got a little taste of that. He wants a little bit more of that. So let's see if Sam doesn't put some more pressure on O'Dell.
Second down and 11 now for the Eagles. Bringing some pressure. And Fitzgerald has it. It goes in and out of his hands. Jackson there on the coverage.
Well, he jumped down. You notice what Chelsea did there. They jumped from an odd to an even front, brought a backer up, put a little bit more pressure on him. And so O'Dell threw the short route, the quick route, a little out to Fitzgerald there. Just wasn't able to bring it in. I like that movement, though. Anytime you move and make those offensive linemen think, it puts a little bit more pressure on them. And we call it stimming, but when you bring a backer up, you're just doing a foul.
Third down and long. O'Dell looking, trying to find someone, and does. And that's Walter Shook. Just his 16th reception of the year.
And the beautiful thing about that is O'Dell rode to his left. I'd love to see that because he rode to his left, got his shoulder squared, threw the ball right on the money to Shook.
1 point lead now for Chelsea. Last minute of it, and they're going back to Fitzgerald on the reverse. Here comes Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald with some room to run, and he gets into Hornet territory, but there's a flag because they had some bodies on the ground. Let's see.
I think they got O'Dell for holding, to be honest with you.
10-yard penalty, replay the down.
Quarterback trying to do his job. Got double reverse coming here.
Yes, that's a hole.
Yeah.
That's a hole.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's your quarterback. He's not asked to block too often.
Correct.
So, I mean, he's just trying to help his buddy get on the corner, and he just got his hands inside, and there was separation, and you could see him grabbing it. So, you got to call that.
So all those positive yards pushed back now, first down and 20. Back into Eagle territory, fumble on the play. The ball is loose, but it will remain Oak Mountain football.
That's the second time we've seen that man coming in jet motion. You don't see him this time. He's going to run right into the, well, he just fumbled.
That was
the snap.
Boston Brewer.
Yeah.
Looks like Odell, just fumbled.
And Brewer did a good job getting on the ball. So, yeah, it was just Will Odell just didn't handle the ball, please.
And those are the drills that you hate sometimes, when you got to do those fumble drills and just jump on top of the ball.
No doubt, yeah. Don't try to pick it up and run it. Just cover it so you still have possession of the ball.
Brewer goes in motion now to the near side to make it 3 wide receivers over there. Odell's going to go long, and going down is Moore. Check that. That was Walter Shook and Grant Evans there on the coverage.
That's good coverage. You notice again that defender's inside and the receiver can't get to the ball. What's this? See, he's inside and Shook just can't get to the ball. That's a great job by Grant Evans right there. Just keeping the receiver away from the ball. That's good defense.
We have come to the end of the third quarter. We're going to the final quarter of regulation. It's a 1-point game, rather entertaining game. Can the Eagles stay away from the stingers of the Hornets? Stay tuned, fourth quarter coming up. You're watching Drummond Company Friday Night Rival presented by Mesrano Law Firm. Yeah, we're dancing all the way to the final quarter. Stay tuned. At WinSouth Credit Union, you never pay an annual fee for savings, checking, or digital banking. Plus, open, fund, and manage your accounts 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at winsouthcu.com.
Final quarter of high school football for some of these seniors at Oak Mountain. See how they adjust. Good job by 50 right there.
Odell, he eludes one defender, gets into Hornet territory, has enough for close to the first down, but he is still short.
That's a good job by Colton Kaysen right there. He reached that defensive end. Good job right here. There you go. Got in his way. Get those shoulders lower there. He picked up a lot of yardage. Let's see if we can't, if Oak Mountain can't pin them inside the 10 now. Catch the football. Catch the punt. See, why do we put them on the 10-yard line?
And don't go past the 10.
Nope. There you go. Good job.
And he fair catch it. And it's going to be Hornet football as we are right underway here in the fourth quarter. And for Coach Cassidy and his offense, they want to try to put one more on the board to see if they can put this game on ice They try to end the regular season on a positive note.
You know, we've talked all year about that deep back catching the punt in the air. You got to give credit right there to Aiden Hughes. He's a senior wide receiver. He gets back right on the 10, 11-yard line. Fair catches the ball, gives his team a chance to get a good drive started. If he lets it go, it may be inside the 5.
Going to try to keep it on the ground is Ballman, and he gets out to the 20-yard line, about 7 yards on the carry.
You know, he's done a good job tonight, too. He's maintained his composure. He's a senior, and he's the leader of this team offensively. And the main thing, he's kept Chase Strachner. He's kept him going north and south most of the night.
Yes. Strachner right again on the carry, but this time he's got to work a little harder, and they may have a flag since we had a player lose their helmet in the middle of the play.
Well, and
that was Colton Moore.
And Colton Moore did the right thing. He went and got out of the play. He tried to run toward the sidelines, and they kept blocking him.
I think he's just got to go to his knee.
Well, that's
okay. Well, it looks like they don't call the flag.
No.
All right, and we're ready to roll. But you were right. He did move himself out the play.
He tried to get out of the way. Single coverage out here.
And once again shifting, but there is a flag, and it looks like Ethan Walton was the latest person to jump on that play.
You know, this is a little odd to me because they don't do it every play.
No.
They just do it about every 5 or 6
Party
plays.
is stop. We have encroachment on the defense.
You know, it used to be that you had to do that every time if you're going to move that offensive
But the
front.
way that they move may make it legal because they don't make
get
an
down.
abrupt move.
Right.
It's just a casual walkover.
That's true. They don't get down in a stance. That's a good point, James. Good point. And the defensive linemen are supposed to not move on anything but the ball. So, you know, movement shouldn't affect the defensive lineman.
1st and 10 now. Chase already with 1 touchdown run, trying to get another one, but he's able to get about 2 yards to add to his 134 yards on 22 carries.
You know, and that's a good job getting out there, making the tackle. I'm going to tell you right now, when you look at that, defense, these kids from Oak Mountain have really done a good job pursuing the football. Nothing really gets outside. It's one play. Chase Straightner got outside on that long touchdown run. But other than that, they have done a good job maintaining the boundaries.
5 seconds now on the play clock. Got to hurry up, and they didn't get it off in time, but Coach smartly calls a timeout.
Yeah.
They were just trying to make sure that they got
Timeout
the play. And
offense.
you can see Miller Ballman, he really wanted to run it, but everybody couldn't get on the same page. Another Addiction Prevention Coalition timeout, 9:03 left here in the final quarter. As the Oak Mountain cheerleaders are having a good time because this is their last time in the stadium, in the stands for the season.
You know, we talk a lot about that on our show on Saturday morning. After this game, for a lot of seniors, it's a sad time, and sad time for moms and dads too, because it's last time you get to see your child play in a competitive game on a high school football field, and there's a lot of memories been made.
Yes,
And
the journey is over.
That's right.
That aspect of the journey, and only a very, very small few will get an opportunity to do it at the next level. I think that's what a lot of people don't know. Each field you may have 1 or 2.
Yep, and you're lucky if you have a couple. That's right.
Second down and 9 now for Chelsea. Keeping it is Bowman, and he is brought down, and once again, a good open field tackle made by this defense, which is playing some inspired football. That's Peyton Gamble there on the tackle.
Yeah. Peyton's done a good job on this drive. That's 2 tackles I know that he's made, and he's assisted on several more. So Very active at that defensive end position there.
3rd down and 9. Durbin goes in motion, and now Ballman throws back to Hughes, and Hughes, good stiff arm. He gets away, and Aiden Hughes is off to the races into Eagle territory before he's finally brought down. A great run. Robert Yoder makes the tackle. University of Alabama 1st down for the Hornets.
That's a good throwback, and you made a great call. It is a throwback. Ballman rolls to his right, throws back to his left. Boy, I'm going to tell you, Aiden does a good job when he catches the ball. He tiptoes down the sideline. There's Yoder to make the saving touchdown tackle. I don't think if Yoder hadn't caught him, nobody would have caught him.
Right.
Because he did a great job there. That's a big play right there.
.753 and counting. Chelsea trying to put this game on ice. Keeping it as Ballman looks like it was a broken play because the defense was reading it all the way.
And he did a great job to make what he made out of it. Colton Moore there to make the tackle. He kept his helmet on that time.
Yes, he did.
But really, that Ballman really should have been caught for about a 5 or 6 yard loss there.
I think it caught everybody off guard. They were like, wait a minute, we're back here.
Yep.
And he was like, oh no, you're back here. Chase trying to find a hole. He can't find it. I mean, nothing but red shirts right there. He's just trying to make sure he goes nowhere fast. Ethan Walton, along with others right there to make the play.
Yeah, Ethan Walton and Cole Kelly right there. We got a penalty here.
And it looks like we got some words being said.
It's going to be an unsportsmanlike, I'm afraid. So maybe these will be.
Could be offsetting.
Yeah,
never can tell.
Maybe they'll be offsetting.
And that's Ethan Walton. They're trying to calm him down a little bit.
During the down, we have a personal foul, illegal hands to the face on the offense. It's 15-yard penalty, replay the down.
They call that on the offense. So.
And there was a little pushing and shoving going on.
Yeah.
That was, looks like Sean Ray.
I don't know who they called Chelsea. That on.
That was Jack Flowers.
Well,
the other number 4.
Had a, I think they called really a personal foul with the hands to the face mask. So, and that's not grabbing the face mask, that's putting your hands as a blocker up under his chin. And we don't see that a lot, to be honest with you, but it is a penalty. It's just one that we see more in college and even more than that in pro ball, getting those hands up under that chin strap.
Right at midfield, pitch out to Chase. He was able to get the ball and keep his feet.
Well, and you see there, he's not going to take any punishment. He's going to punish that defender.
Yep, Cole Kelly in on the tackle.
And he gets low to the ground, and he delivers a blow instead of taking a blow.
Yes.
There's a lot to be said for that.
He's the hammer. He's not the nail.
That's exactly right. Now, I hadn't heard that analogy in a long time.
I'm old school.
Well, that's a good analogy. That's a really good analogy.
Got to be the hammer, not the nail.
That's a good analogy.
3rd down and 15. Throwing back across his body and incomplete. Intended for Durbin. And good coverage there by J.C. Schwerter.
Boy, he had a lot of pressure on him that time, and that was Ethan Walton coming in from that defensive end position, and he was in the middle of Ballman's face as soon as he released it, so had to get rid of it.
Defense holds for Oak Mountain. There's hope there that they'll get another opportunity offensively. See if they can take the lead. Luke Miller to punt for the Hornets.
See if he punts it away from the deep back. I like that. Good play.
And they let it go into the end zone for a touchback. We take a break with them, and when we come back, we'll see if Oak Mountain can pull off a season-ending upset as they trail by 1 point, 14-13. Friday Night Rivals will continue after the break. Stay tuned. Air Experts, the experts on local HVAC systems, is working for you. Did you know we offer a financing option? It allows you to get comfort solutions you need while keeping your piggy bank intact. Get all the details by calling Air Experts at 205-882-4342. And the Chelsea faithful hoping their defense can hold one more time.
I think there's 2 possessions left for Oak Mountain. You see, they're just grabbing hold of them there and wanting that clock to keep running. That's pretty smart. That's pretty smart right there. You look at that play right there, and Porter's shot, just hold him in place, let that clock run. When they blow the whistle, we'll go back and play another down.
2nd down and 10, no gain there for Fitzgerald.
I'm not a big advocate of grabbing. I'm more of an advocate of sticking that helmet in there and driving your feet, but
no doubt
that situation didn't hurt.
Odell looking to throw, and coming back to it was Walter Shook, but they say incomplete.
It's a great effort by Walter Shook there.
It looks like he may be injured. He is, and he goes down because he really can't breathe. I think when he went to dive, that took all the breath out of him, and he's like, yeah, I can't breathe. And now the trainers are out there. And now he's saying, okay, I'm all right.
Okay. Yeah. He just got the breath knocked out of him. I think, like you made initially, the call you made, but I think he's got to come out of the game.
Yes, he's got to come out of the game for a play. And if you're new to getting the breath knocked out of you, think you did.
Yeah.
Because you're like, I can't, you're trying to breathe, but nothing's working.
And nothing funny about that. I'm telling you, that's I think I've been hurt just about every way you can be hurt in a football game, but I'm going to tell you right now, you get the breath knocked out of you, you want somebody to come breathe some life into you.
Correct. 3rd down and 10, 5:32 left. Myrick's in motion, and now here comes Odell. He's going to run it, and this time they wrap him up and they hold him up.
Yeah.
And the clock now will continue to run. Brings up 4th down.
Pat, tuck the ball. There you go.
Once again, Hardy and Schott, they may become law partners when they finish the We'll see their commercials.
Yeah.
We started off as linebackers together. Now we're here for your personal interest.
There you go. Good punt. Let it roll. Get out of the way, white team.
And they do touch it. And it'll be dead about 10 yards further than where it stopped. Yeah, right there at the 36-yard line. So now for Chelsea, 4:42, they needed to get at least 2 first downs.
Well, and that's what you're thinking right now. If you're Todd Cassidy, what you're thinking right now is we want to make first downs. We want to make positive yardage on first down, and then just let that clock run. Make Shane McCombs use these timeouts. Let's just make, and 2 first downs is big. But if we can make 2 or 3, 4 first downs, we can just about run this clock out.
So from the 36, here comes Ballman and company. Chase is in the place, and he's able to get a couple of yards.
Yeah. And take your time getting up. Take your time getting off the ground. Take your time getting back to the huddle, and you know.
Strachner now has 146 yards on 26 carries.
He's been the bell cow, I can tell you that. They've really rallied around Chase Strachner.
Second down and 6. Give it to Chase again, and he's trying to find some space, and this time he just runs into another group of red jerseys, and they just quickly bring him down.
Well, Ethan Walton just really popped him that time, and you know, he may stay in the game. I wouldn't take him out. I wouldn't. I'm just telling you, he's the guy that they depend on. They don't believe he's going to fumble the football, and he's going to get you yards when there's not a lot of yards to be gotten, and he's done it all night.
I would take him out, put him in the cold tub, hot tub, wrap him up in saran wrap, and hold on to him until you got to go to
Well,
Sarah.
illegal formation on the offense.
Okay.
5-yard penalty. Replay second down.
Second down again.
Because he's going to need all the carries he needs when he goes south.
Yeah. We've seen a lot of good football teams this year, and Saraland's in the top 5 of the teams that I've seen. I can tell you that. They are some more good. That's why they're a region champion, and that's why number 4 team in this region's got to go to Mobile to play it.
Yeah. Second down and 11. Chase is still on the case, and he's able to get some positive yards, but the defense is trying to hold Colton Moore and company there to make the play.
Well, I can imagine that Jared Holder has taught these kids in this situation, if you hold him up, the second guy can strip the ball.
Yes.
But if you watch Chase Strachner, you watch how he bundles that ball up.
Yes.
I mean, it's double covered with both arms. It's hard to get it out there. Todd just told him to snap the ball at 5 seconds. That's smart.
And they do snap it at 5. Bauman getting some pressure, throws it long, has a receiver, and he just overthrows the intended receiver, Aiden Hughes.
That's going to stop the clock. It's going to bring up 3rd and 10. Fourth down. Okay.
And he just can't bring it in. He just fully lays out.
Great effort. It's great effort there.
So 4th down, and the defense now will have to hold to try to give it back to the offense so they can kneel it to end this game. Luke Miller on to punt. Crucial punt here. And it's a returnable. Fitzgerald keeps his feet, and this time he is brought down shy of the 30-yard line.
He did a good job catching the punt. No signal for a fair catch. Guys covering the punt, got a breakdown right there about 3 yards away from the catch. Make the tackle.
And now Will Odell trying to see if he can put one last drive together and try to regain this lead.
Well, you know, they got 4 downs. I mean, you know, it's a 4-down drive, so We got 4 downs to make first downs.
Knight goes in motion, gets it out to Shook, and Shook is brought down, and Sam Trout there to twist him down.
It's just a little hitch route out there. And really thought he did a great job. That's Walker Shook, as you said. But Walker did a good job. He started to go east and west. He turned and went north and south, and I'm telling you, that's a good job to pick up what he picked up.
Bauman, and this time can't find a receiver to catch the ball because good defense there by Briston Hardy.
Well, he probably did a good job not catching that ball because he didn't gain but about a yard if he gained anything, but it does stop the clock with an incomplete pass.
1:55 left to play in regulation. 1 point separating Chelsea from Oak Mountain.
He got 2 downs to make 6 yards. So, do what you have to do to get as much of that as you can get here.
Moore going in motion to the far side to make it 3 wide receivers. Odell looking, can't find anybody. Now he's going to try to run, and he is eventually brought down. Good tackle there by Cooper, Romello Cooper, able to make a play.
Still gained about 4 yards, sprint right. Got the ball ready to throw it. He doesn't know who he held that ball up. That's dangerous.
Yes.
That's really dangerous. But he still got 4 yards. It's going to be 4th and 2. Play of the game coming up here.
So now if you're Chelsea,
well,
you want to try to make a play.
Yeah,
you need to make a play.
Yeah, and Martin Myricks has made some tough yards for him tonight. You go back as a play caller and you look at your sheet and you got dots, and some people do, and what I do is what I always did was I had dots, and when I had a play that worked, I'd put a dot, and every time it worked, I put a dot. So we go back to it. We go back to the dots, and that's. So
somebody upstairs is telling you.
Absolutely.
We've got 3 dots here, 4 dots here, 5
Well, I'm telling you
here.
what we've run. Yeah, that's but you better have that where you can see it. But you got a guy in the press box that's in your ear, and he's doing the same thing you're doing. You're documenting those dots, and you know what's been good and what hadn't been good, and it changes from week to week. So we'll see here what dot works.
All right, we're going to see which dot connects. 4th and 2 now.
And Myricks has been good.
Odell now on the near side. Now he's looking for a hole. He finds it and has enough of the first down to move the chains down to about the 41-yard line at University of Alabama. First down.
And that's the guy that's been big for them. So you look at this, he sees a gap. He's got 2 yards to make, and he barrels his way to a first down. That's a good job by Odell.
Odell finds Myricks, and Myricks able to get some more positive yards, about 7, to make it 2nd down and about 3.
And that's that outside linebacker that's got to cover that back in the flat. And they work on that in practice every day, I can promise you. Back out of the backfield, outside linebacker's got to cover him.
Will Odell. And he finds Fitzgerald into Hornet territory for the first down, and they'll move the chains again. Grant Evans pushes him out of bounds. Another University of Alabama first down.
Yeah, he rolls to his right here. He's got plenty of time, no pressure. Boy, that's a good route by Zach Fitzgerald. Gets out of bounds. Everything about the play is good. It's a good decision by Odell, too. Throw it to the boundary.
From the 39-yard line, here comes Odell. And this one is a reception. Will they call it a catch? Yes, they will. Zach Fitzgerald again able to make the play.
And that stops the clock. You got a first down. Get up on the ball. Now they've already spotted the ball. You got to get up there. That's a good catch.
Yes, that is a good catch.
Got his hands underneath the ball.
Inside the 30-yard line, and this one goes out of bounds, and they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds left, make it 25.
It's okay. He missed the inside receiver who's on about the 5-yard line wide open. He's looking to the boundary. You got to look deep first. Look for the primary. come back to your secondary. And that time he had a man wide open right at about the 5-yard line.
Second down and 10. Ball at the 27-yard line. Here we go. Getting the pressure is Chelsea. Odell now goes down.
Yeah, you got to
and
get up.
Kristen Hardy able to make the play, and now they've got to get up because you got to move fast.
Yeah.
But the clock is stopped. Timeout is called. 18 seconds left. The Chelsea fans are eagerly anticipating, saying that we can say we beat our rival, but it's Oak Mountain who's trying to say we can end our season with a win.
Well, and I think he makes a good decision here because you got to either get rid of the ball or run it. And you notice Chelsea's getting on top of him. One of his teammates tried to push him down to keep him down. So, but the good thing is Shane McCombs was already called a timeout there. So.
And there's our trophy. Once again, thanks to Crown Trophy of Pelham, Alabama, for providing our trophy for the Friday Night Rivals champion of the night. Thank you, Crown Trophy of Pelham. And the Chelsea cymbal team, look at them, they playing those cymbals. And the Oak Mountain Band is jamming away.
18 seconds, and it looks like to me that Oak Mountain's got 3 timeouts.
That's what they say they do.
Wow. Well, they got time for 3, maybe 4 plays.
If they can use those timeouts,
Yeah.
but now it's 3rd and 8. They need to try to get a first
Got to
down.
get a first down, that's right. So where's Fitzgerald? He's been the guy.
Myers went in motion on the far side. They're looking for Myers, and he just throws it a little bit behind him, incomplete. Covering him is Grant Evans. 14 seconds left, 3rd and 8. Check that now to be 4th down and 8.
Yeah.
And they'll call the timeout. They'll have 2 remaining, Oak Mountain does. And they're going to try to kick it. Now remember, they've tried an extra point that failed. They've tried a 34-yard field goal that has failed. And now we're going to see if they can find magic in a bottle here with 14 seconds left on 4th down and 8.
What yard line is the ball on?
The ball now is currently at the 26-yard line, so it'll be from the 32, so about a 42-yard field goal roughly.
Yep.
But they missed on a 34-yard field goal. They missed on a point after attempt, and that's Josh Renfro trying to be the hero tonight for the Eagles.
Well, I don't think length has been the problem. I think the accuracy part has been missing wide right, maybe squib one to the left one time. He got a strong leg, so.
.42-yard field goal attempt, make it 43.
Rest assured they're going to come after him from this edge over here.
And that's from the right hash.
Timeout.
And they're going to try to ice him as the fog starts to settle in off of Oak Mountain.
I don't know. You know, I always get asked this question. What do you believe about icing? Well, you know what? There's a lot of pressure when you walk out there and you're thinking, are they going to call timeout or are they not going to call timeout? And they don't. So, you know, I got different visions of that. You know, you used to could call timeouts back to back to back on that, and they readjusted that rule, and so now he's had a lot of time to think about it. And the thing you want to do is like hitting a wedge when you're 80 yards from the flag on a golf course. You know, just make your best swing. If it's good, it's good. If it's not, you've done all you can do to kick it through the upright.
43-yard field goal attempt for Josh Renfro. This could be for the game for the Eagles. High snap, they get it down, and it is goal! Fly, Eagles fly! Josh Renfro, the third time's a charm.
Great kick, Josh Renfro.
But there's 3 seconds left on the clock, folks. Wow, what a kick. What a kick by Josh Renfro.
Okay, we still got to kick off now. Some coaches got to get them all together. There you go.
And they put 4 seconds back, so it's 10 seconds left on the clock.
So we're going to squib the kick. We're going to squib it. We're going to make them pick it up. If they're, some people say as soon as the ball gets to you, fall on it. Stop the clock. So with 10 seconds, I'd like to have my best ball carrier with his hands on the ball.
Yes.
To return the ball for a score. That's what I would like. But if it's someone other than my best ball carrier, I want him to just fall on the ball and the clock stop. Give us a chance to get the ball into the hands of our playmakers.
And I know Coach Cassidy is like, look, he missed it, he missed it, he missed it. Everything long he missed, and then finally he makes it.
Now, you're right. I'll be honest with you. I thought the percentage of him making that was
slim to none.
Maybe 40% at best.
He gave him 40.
Yeah, I mean, at best. I mean, but look, he practices this every day.
Yes.
That's what he does. So, man, give him a pat on the back and buy him a milkshake.
Giving him a big hug.
Yes, sir. That's a big kick. Wow. That's big for that kid. I'm going to tell you right now.
People's Bank of Alabama kick off.
It's touched.
And they got to try to get down because they're running out of time. And now they got 5 seconds left.
Yeah.
I don't think they realize the time situation. And that was Sam Parrish on the return. So now, not sure what kind of arm we have here for Miller Bauman, but I don't think it's one that's going to take it all the way down to the end zone. So now you may be seeing some laterals, some movement here.
And so be it with that. But I'm going to tell you, you don't give him time to sit back there and look for an open receiver. Put pressure on the quarterback. If you've got Ethan Walton and Dalen Gant, you say, guys, make him step up in the middle of that pocket and throw it. So
from the 20-yard line, here comes Bauman. Getting pressure, now he's going to throw it, and it's intercepted by Kobe King, and it's ball game. Oak Mountain upsets Chelsea, and they end their season with a victory, 16-14, and the agony of defeat there by Bauman because he knows that he just threw a gimme to Kobe King. And for Oak Mountain, they can celebrate and say that they beat their rival, but for Chelsea, they've got to go back to the drawing board, pick themselves up, because they'll take on a very dangerous Saraland team this time next week.
That's a great win for Oak Mountain, Shane McCombs and his staff. Congratulations to them. But that number 10 right there, Mr. Miller Bauman, had a heck of a game. And, he's going to go out as a senior playing his last home game against his rival, but he's got another game to play. Everything starts over now, 0-0, and another game to play. So congratulations to Oak Mountain and best wishes to Chelsea. Well, it was a great football game.
Great.
James.
This may have been one of our better games here on Friday Night Rivals. 16-14 is your final. And we'll take a break, and we will wrap things up here from Hurt Mount Park. Eagles win. Fly, Eagles, fly. Stay tuned.
You got a headache?
Oak Mountain upsets Chelsea to end their season with a victory, defeating the Hornets 16-14. And it started off, their first opportunity was a kick, and their last scoring opportunity, that sophomore Josh Renfro carried off the field because he was able to have our Whataburger, what a play of the game, and it was using his foot with that 43-yard field goal to ice it, and that is our Whataburger, what a play of the game. He missed one field goal and 1 point after attempt, but in the end, he was able to kick it through.
That's awesome.
And that may have been his longest so far this season, a 43-yard field goal.
That's
and
great.
It went through.
That's great to see a 10th grader stand up there in the big game, and he kicks it through from 43 yards.
And let's go down to Austin with the winning coach, Shane McComb.
Coach, first of all, what a way to end the season here today against a rival, absolutely electric win. Tell me what it means here for the team.
Look, we competed all year long. We had one game that got away from us, but besides that, every week we were in position to win football games. This program has taken a big step forward. I'm happy for these seniors tonight, and I'm really excited about year 3 in this program. We're rock and roll, ready to go.
Got a bunch of guys. You got a bunch of guys out here. Actually, I'm going to take this moment to give you the trophy for our game of the week, Friday Night Rivals. I'm going to grab our player of the game here, Mr. Renfro. What a way to end the game with that kick. What was going through your mind? All your teammates all around you, how did it feel?
I mean, obviously, we faced some adversity early in the game. I mean, I missed a couple. But, I just got to give all the glory to God because, he's the one who got me here. He's the one that gets me through those tough situations. Like, when I don't know who I'm going to rely on, I can rely on him. So, and then, second of all, I got to thank my team because they were always there, supporting me, telling me I got the next one. And I just want to say, it's great to have that support.
And I know they iced you there for a second, and I saw as that was happening, your teammate came over. He was in your face, letting you know it was all right. What's it mean to have that support group? I know it's tough as a kicker, but just in those ups and downs, to have that support 24/7 here.
They were all telling me, whatever happens, they got me. They know I can do it. And, just having the support where either way, that they're going to be there for you, it just takes a lot of the pressure off in those kind of situations.
Well, I know this season's over, but what's next for Oak Mountain?
Obviously, we're going up every year, and next year, playoffs are coming.
Coach, same question for you. I know that this season's over, but you guys are on the up. What's next?
Year 3 next year, playoffs, man. That's our goal. So we got to work hard this offseason. I'm excited about it. We got a lot of guys coming back on this football team, and we're going to take another step forward, and that's playoffs for year 3. That's our goal.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much to both of you guys and the whole team here today.
Congratulations to Mr. Renfro and all of the Eagles as they end their season with the win, and definitely a happy place here at Hurt Mount Park.
Well, there's no question about it. That was a tremendous high school football game between two teams that, the players love each other. They do everything together. They compete together. They socialize together. They get on this field to play their last game as seniors. And Oak Mountain, I guess it's an upset. I don't know if it's an upset or not, but if you look at the records, it is an upset. Proud of Shane McCombs and his staff and what they've done to get this program to where it's at, and awfully proud of Todd over there. He's done a tremendous job to get this program to where it is, and they go play a really good Saraland team next week, and they'll be well represented of this 6A Region 3.
And the trophy will most likely be marched around the field as they walk away with bragging rights for an entire year. How did you enjoy your first year with Friday Night Rivals?
That's a lot of fun, James. A lot of fun working with you. I'm telling
I
you,
enjoyed working with you.
It's always good working with a guy that knows exactly what to do and how to do it. Such a professional, and boy, you tolerate me, and I appreciate that.
Well, I enjoyed you. I learned a lot.
Well,
every time.
It's fun. High school football is our last. It's really the last kind of football we got.
Yeah.
And I hope we don't ever lose it. You know, there's a lot of things coming into football. I hope it doesn't trickle all the way down to us in high school.
No doubt about it. And now the trophy is being held and the band continues to play.